The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday. Shout out to CBDMD live from the FanDuel Beach House, June 4th, 2021. Big ass show today because, it's the next show. It's the biggest show of the year because it's the next show.
That's right.
Okay, one game at a time, one show at a time mindset right here, live in Tampa Bay. Go Bolts.
Go Bolts. Yeah,
Go Bolts, by the way. Do have a house in Tampa Bay, so, me and Brett Michaels, big Lightning fan. I've heard Stamkos has a place right down the road here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They lost. Bruins won, though, in overtime in beautiful fashion. Last night there was a lot of sports, okay? A lot of sports happenings. Mostly LeBron James losing in a round that wasn't the finals for the first time since 2010 when making the playoffs.
Wow.
LeBron James loses in the first round, 6 games into this thing, doesn't even force a game 7 at home. No Anthony Davis because the groin is a tough thing to come back from whenever you talk about athletics. And the issue now for the NBA is, what are they going to do? LeBron James, after the game, didn't even have a sense of anger. There didn't seem to be much angst, almost like he kind of understood the situation as soon as he saw Anthony Davis was hurt. And then, by the way, afterwards, says, I'm playing for a Toon Squad, dude.
Whoa!
And I'm playing fucking aliens, bro. I think, in that movie, Space Jam, LeBron is debuting his full-time movie acting chops. We've seen him in Sprite commercials. We've seen him in Nike commercials. Yep. We've seen him in the barbershop being a host of a show. This is the first time I think we're seeing him in a full movie, especially when it's being remade after Michael Jordan did. Him going, and doing this acting thing is impressive to me. He has the ability to act. He has the ability to buy into a character, know a scene, know a role. I think personally, he should have at least acted upset last night. I think personally there should have been just a little bit of a thespian in LeBron James, and I think he should have acted a little bit upset afterwards. But it was almost like the writing was on the wall this season or series. Devin Booker's a stud. Obviously, Chris Paul is good, but none of it matters because the Brooklyn Nets are going to win. And people are going to be mad at me saying that because going into the season, I said, well, there's only going to be a couple teams that are going to win. It's going to be the Lakers, it's going to be the Clippers, or at that time we didn't even know the Nets. Now that all the teams and everybody like myself from the outside has predicted, they're going to win, they're all out now. Do we care more about good team basketball in the NBA? No. Is that something we need to care about more? Is the NBA not just a superstar-driven league for success? It's actually good team basketball. We'll find out if the Brooklyn Nets don't just beat the fuck out of everybody. We'll follow along with that. Can't wait to see Space Jam. Wish LeBron acted a little bit upset. Anthony Davis, wish he was healthy. It doesn't seem like any of them are trying to be liked, though. No. Which is awesome. I like that. But now that the NBA season's over for us. And
good season.
And it was a good season.
Hey, good season, boys.
Way to get out there and ball.
Yeah.
It is very great to have somebody in studio yet again in the house. Every time we're down here in Florida, Florida resident joins at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt, myself, Zito, Foxy, all the boys back in Indianapolis who are plugged in via FaceTime, I think. I was going to say satellite, but I'm sure there's a satellite involved.
Might be satellite.
I'm sure there's a satellite involved. It's just a fucking FaceTime. Ladies and gentlemen, 9-year NFL vet, host of Man to Man Pod, Everything DB, Darius J. Butler.
Yeah, Darius! What's happening, man?
How you doing, Darius? It's great to have you with us, man. Let me tell you why. There's nothing really to talk about.
No.
But we haven't heard your thoughts on everything that there was to talk about this week. So now we get a chance to kind of rehash everything that has gone about this week and maybe some new updates. For instance, the Aaron Rodgers story was dead. The only thing being talked about in the Aaron Rodgers stories was Miles Teller potentially getting into an altercation.
Yeah,
all right,
potentially. We don't know the details.
We don't know the details.
Yeah.
Hey, we made that mistake before, didn't we?
1 week ago today.
We made it, and we ended up in E. You know, I think they called some dumbass guy. They called me in there. The Daily Mail. They called me a professional wrestler. In the Norwegian tabloids, I was getting sent pictures. In Norway, I was being referred to as an agitator or something. I forget what the word was. It was in their language, and maybe it meant something different. But I got buried for that. We don't know. Okay, TMZ had the Maui police call them, I assume, or they called the Maui police or the hospital, and they had their story. Okay, that was evidently wrong. I was never told. I was then told by Miles, who told me in a shot. Whatever. Nothing's really come out of that story. Rob Domofsky, okay, Green Bay Packer insider for ESPN. I think him and Aaron actually have a pretty good relationship.
Okay.
I believe so, yep.
He comes out in an interview in Chicago. Okay, he was doing an interview in Chicago, Illinois, and he says he doesn't see at this point how Aaron comes back to the Packers. Seems like he's too maybe
dug in
his ways or something like that. That's big news. Yeah. Okay, so now an ESPN reporter who has a pretty good relationship with Aaron. Does he know more than us? I'd assume at this point. I think we maybe burned that relationship with Miles Teller's little story situation.
Shit.
By the way, don't fucking care. I'm sorry, Miles. I wish you didn't get jumped. That's bullshit. I don't like it, but you could have handled it differently. But neither here nor there. He's gone, it sounds like.
Uh-oh.
Darius, are you learning about this for the first time because you maybe didn't know that old Robert Domofsky existed? Or did you know Robert Domofsky existed? And what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with his thought? And really, this is something we're just learning about today, so it's actually kind of something new to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, not familiar with old Rob, but
Rob does good work.
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Yes, you familiar?
I mean, I've seen Robert Domofsky's work, and people say, that son of a bitch, he's good.
He knows
He's
stuff.
good work. He's good what he
Okay,
does.
he might be accumulating some shit then. So he came to his conclusion that A-Rod won't be there, man. And last time I was here, I think it was like a 30% chance I gave it that he retires. But I see him playing ball. But I still see him coming back to the Packers now.
Yeah.
I see him coming back.
The interesting thing about him coming back to the Packers is how do you get past that awkward stage? You know, there's going to be an awkward stage. Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll are going to have the same type of thing happen with the offensive line. I feel like if you have
Bulls
success.
did it.
What's that?
The Bulls did it. I mean, everybody hated their GM.
Oh, crumbs.
You know what I mean?
You're talking about Jerry Krause.
Yeah,
Jerry Krause, Hall of Famer, by the way.
Yeah. Hall of Famer. You're not getting 6 ships without him.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. That's what Jerry Krause is saying.
Yeah.
And people forget. Jerry Krause got painted in an interesting light in that whole thing. There were some people.
Fucked it up.
That's Zito. See, Zito didn't listen.
Zito, he brought you 6 rings.
Yeah,
And then he took away 2 more. Could have had 8.
And also, I mean, the way Scottie Pippen was portrayed in that thing wasn't great either. He was trending today. People were calling LeBron Scottie Pippen in this whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's an insult to Pippen.
This is
Yes,
the,
me.
wow.
Zito.
Sorry. Come on.
Zito. I'll turn my mic off. How happy are the Jordan fans? Huh? You guys are loving every moment of this.
So happy. They're trying to throw away like a wizard stat where Jordan didn't make the playoffs or something 2 times. It was like the guy donated his check for 9/11 victims that like those couple years.
Oh, okay.
Like come on.
You're gonna put
Donate
that
it
in
all
there.
away. Like what else can the guy do? You know.
Hey, the LeBron haters.
Oh.
Okay, and I don't want to get back to LeBron here, because that Aaron stuff is a big deal, but it's not. I mean, there
Till
is-
something actually
It'll be another
happens.
report.
Yeah.
3 days from
We have
now.
AJ might come on here in 50 minutes and say, got a text actually. Things are looking good. That
coming
might
back.
happen.
Yeah,
good.
We have no idea if that's going to happen. The LeBron haters, though, last night. I mean, the 6 minute when he had to go poop, they were starting to blossom. You know,
That
they
was
were starting-
tough.
They were starting to come out. Then last night, they were down 24 early. They ended up losing by 13. There was a little bit of a run there.
Little fight.
LeBron
Yeah.
put on the gas a little bit in the third quarter. It seemed like he was starting to do his thing or whatever. But the Suns didn't blink, right? They just continued. They ended up winning by 13. The LeBron haters got excited about it. And Zito is one of the biggest ones because he's from Chicago, so he feels obligated to cheer for Jordan instead or whatever. Even though how old were you when Jordan
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it matters. Which one?
Oh, jeez. Such a good response there. People in the post-game press conference, I was like, yeah, all right. I could see why people potentially hate LeBron, but goddamn, first time since 2010 where getting bounced out of the playoffs is in something other than the finals.
That's absurd.
That's absolutely. I mean, I don't think he'll be appreciated till he's done. And MJ had haters too. It just, it's just different with social media. And most guys, honestly, most people you see talk about, MJ and Bron, they probably never seen Jordan miss a jumper. They probably never seen him have a bad game. Like, it's all, you compare one guy's career and it's broken down every day. Guys have made a whole life off of talking about LeBron. So it's crazy, but I'm a Bron guy, MJ guy as well. But
yeah, you're literally wearing like a Chicago Bulls outfit right now.
Yeah, you're not a LeBron guy.
You
can say it.
I'm a LeBron guy. I didn't like him walking off the court like that and not.
He had a poop. He had a poop.
Not shaking their hands.
That's like
I had to poop.
Yeah,
I felt some kind of.
Last night he didn't have to poop, and I didn't like. I obviously was not up for that. Okay.
Yeah, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
There's no chance I was going to be up for that, and I think everybody knew that was going into that game, and the NBA knew that if this thing doesn't get tight quick and it's not a boat race, there's probably a lot of people that aren't going to see the end of this. The whole non-shaking hands thing. I don't know the NBA well enough. I guess I should. Hockey, for instance, after a series
that's what it is. Yeah, same
it's
thing.
A big deal. Mm-hmm. Like in hockey, it's a massive. These dudes potentially just fought each other, and then it's like, let's put our swords aside for the good of the game. And then in The Last Dance, right? It was Isaiah.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
That was a big thing. Is it a big thing in the NBA to do the handshake thing? And why didn't that happen? Why did LeBron just bounce?
In the NBA, like, they don't shake hands after any other game until the series is over. Like, after, game 1, game 2, game 4, whatever, they walk off. But after it's over, it's like, whoever won, dap them up. And think, knowing him and Chris Paul's relationship.
They're on banana boats.
Devin Booker just dropped 47 almost. Like, hey, just something.
Well, he gave him his
afterwards.
Jersey.
Yeah, that was
there was
dope.
An entire behind the scenes thing, but
that was dope.
I do wonder, like, hey, LeBron, you are the game. You know what I mean? So that is kind of like a maybe he doesn't want it to happen anymore. Maybe say, listen, this is something that we don't want to happen anymore. Maybe LeBron wants to stop tradition. That's what people will say that hate LeBron. By the way.
Could be a COVID scare thing too. He's not vaccinated yet. So I mean, we don't know. We don't.
He's not.
He does
I don't
not.
think so.
As far as I know, he is not.
Hey, down here in Florida, you don't even got to do that.
No.
Hell no.
Why don't?
In Indiana, the only stadium that has not been granted to say that they could have full capacity by the time. Lucas Oil, the only
that's
one here.
weird.
Local governing authority says, nah. The mayor in Indy says, hey, listen, on my time, pal. All right? I need to see some more numbers. Okay? Maybe he's right in that whole thing. But in Indiana, you got to walk into a place and you get a little look and you just got to, like, literally, it's like a quick.
Still a lot of masks up there?
Yeah, it's
In Indianapolis.
It is slowly slowing. In Indianapolis, it is, though, where, it's like, it's slowly, like, kind of rolling out, it feels like. But down here, you don't even got to do the.
No.
Hey, I got one. Everybody should say you're good.
You look weird with a mask on down here now.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Even at home. Thank God. Hey, I'm excited. But the mandate's getting lifted in Indy. Maybe that's what
here we go.
Hogshead's
Here we
waiting
go.
for,
Well, people could say if, you know how you can deem something post-June 1.
Oh.
The football season's in the fall. That would be post-June 6th.
Okay.
Whenever the mandate is being lifted. So that little foresight, but he's got a lot on his plate. He's got more numbers than everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's got a different virus than everybody else in Indianapolis.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay.
He's probably getting another
Open the
round of
roof.
data coming soon, and then once that comes through.
Come on, Jim. Just promise to open the roof.
Well, hold on. Let's not do that, okay?
D-butt.
It's a lot better when that thing's closed and the window is shut. Let's go ahead and have that thing at 70 degrees, no wind. That place is beautiful. Ain't that right, D-butt?
Love it, man. I'm just thinking about it. NBA's losing a lot of money now because you got the Lakers out now.
Oh, a lot of money
Yeah.
You got
every
the
day.
Knicks out.
Yeah.
Who
Heat,
else?
Celtics.
You got my Heat. You got South Beach out. Who we got? We got Utah left.
Clippers are going to be out, right?
Denver.
They're down 3-2. So if they lose tonight,
Clippers
they're
gonna
down.
be. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of small market teams.
All right, let's
Milwaukee.
talk. Let's continue the NBA conversation. And I know the fact that we got Darius here, who is a big time NBA fan, could play in the NBA. By the way,
Bar.
I've seen him. I've seen a guy play.
Wild highlights.
Incredible highlights.
Yeah.
Once again, though, to his point, we don't see any other place. Now,
Oh, right.
I would like-
Don't see the misses.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Hey, see, I don't believe that there's any.
That's true.
I don't believe that there's any potential lack of effort out there.
Oh.
I don't think that's not something Darius would ever
Air
do.
balls.
I don't think there's any of those.
Nope.
Okay.
Maybe a missed pass.
Not
maybe
getting back on defense.
Did you get stripped?
turnovers.
You get stripped out there?
Definitely take a couple possessions off on defense these days.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Lack of
zone.
effort in there.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, we don't need to see that. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to see that.
Only the banger survived, but big time basketball fan. So nobody's really thinking like, hey, I want to hear what Pat McAfee has to say about the NBA. But I'll tell you what, everything I've been saying about the NBA seems like it's going to be coming true. Trae Young is going to try to get to the Knicks.
Yep.
Zion Williamson's going to try to get to the Knicks. Okay. Dame Lillard, Dame Dollar, best rapper in athletes. I'm going to say it.
Dame's out of there.
He's gone, dude.
Hopefully.
Just a year ago, it was like, hey, he ain't ever going anywhere. This is this guy.
Loyal.
And everybody was like, cool, that's awesome. This guy's loyal. That's very cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. But me, as somebody who like doesn't watch the NBA on a day to day and maybe doesn't follow the Trailblazers as much, I would maybe if they like got to the big
Big stage.
They did the whole thing, and they're like, no, he's not going to do it. He wants to build that team, put it on his back or whatever. It's like, okay, but the way the NBA is going, he needs to get out of there, doesn't he? I love his loyalty. It's great. I hope if he does it, awesome. They're going to try to get him out of there. And it seems like, hey, he's quoting Nipsey Hussle here. He's like, how long should I stay dedicated? Maybe he's thinking about
Question mark.
and then obviously how long till opportunity meet preparation, which is the old luck quote is, luck is when preparation meets opportunity or whatever. So I don't know what he's implying here. Is Damian Lillard going to retire instead of play somewhere else? Darius, is that what how long should I stay dedicated, or is that dedicated to Portland? What do you think?
I'm thinking Portland, man, because I mean,
It's heartbreaking.
You saw that.
Sorry, Portland.
That double nickel game he had, it was ridiculous. And like his team they were like 1 for 17, 1 for 19 or something down the shit in overtime. So it's tough. And he's been loyal, and he's spoken about it plenty of times. But in today's NBA, you just talked about it earlier with the Nets. Like, he can be loyal for another, 8 years, but he won't sniff a chip because guys are linking up, and nobody's going to Portland to play with him. So
Portland's beautiful.
way.
Portland's beautiful. They got
nobody's going out to
you should see the woods they have.
Yeah.
Hey, the wood that they have up there, beautiful views. Hey, that fan base up there too. Hey, listen, Pacific
Solid
Northwest.
fan,
Oh, yeah.
They're rowdy.
Play no games.
They play
rowdy.
You can get out there. The house you could buy in Portland, I assume. Oh, on one of those NBA Max contracts. Well, you could have probably a part of an entire community up there in Portland.
for sure.
You know what I mean? With the beautiful lumber in the back. Mountains. Is there mountains in Portland?
Probably.
I'd assume.
There's woods.
I assume pretty good rain, too. It's going to be green.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very lush.
But with that being said, the owners would have to decide to do that to pay everybody to come in there. I don't know if that's going to happen. That hasn't seemed to happen yet, but maybe it is Portland and not the decision being made.
Well, if we're talking about fans being too wild, doesn't Portland have, all the psychedelics and everything legalized now?
yeah.
So if, you're an NBA
Meth.
player, meth,
Yeah.
crack, LSD, acid, dope.
Heroin.
So you just walk in the
H.
store and just order.
No, I don't think you can do that.
Oh.
I think.
Yet.
Just
Whoa. I don't know if that. I don't know.
I don't know the regulations, but I'm just saying.
We're not lawyers.
No.
Okay, we're not paralegals. We have not Tom Pelissero through the memo of what that law actually consists of. But I think if you're caught with some on you, it's not like you're going to jail.
Right.
Thing. I'm not 100% sure if you can just walk into CVS down there and say, hey, 2 things of meth. No. Because you just get carded for what? Cough syrup.
Oh, yeah.
Because people when you're out in the country somewhere where
Sudafed.
meth is, and I don't know if big city people know this or whatever, if there is a massive meth problem in there, they will start like IDing you for things that are potential recipe ingredients for the meth. It's almost like a shot, by the way, by the cashier that is working at Walmart telling you, you gonna make meth with this?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, fucking chill out, dude. All right, I respect everything you're a part. Okay, I appreciate what you're doing, but you're accusing me of making meth right now. I think I'd like to just fucking get my throat back. All right, I like to go to sleep. How do we do this whole thing? It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Look at that mountain up there.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
For those that are wondering that
You
are
see
listening
Miami?
on Sirius,
Yeah.
see what Miami looks like, Zeke. You see that backdrop? Come on, man. No income tax.
I would assume Portland.
How are they? They probably got the same.
I would assume they have very high taxes. I would just guess.
Yeah, if they're letting people run around, cooking meth and snorting blow, they probably should have a pretty high income tax.
All right, let's. I don't know how I don't think we're just talking about income tax.
People, so they're not, buying that stuff.
I think the overall tax ideals over there are much higher, I think, than in the state of Florida. I'm not 100% sure, and I do believe that the reason why I'm feeling that ipso facto type thing is because of everything we just said about the what.
That's pretty nice too.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Is that water? Yep, that's a lot.
Yeah, no
A
mountains.
couple yachts over there.
But
Hey, that stadium does look good. You remember when that used to be Wade, Connie, Dwayne Wade, and Shaq, and everybody was running
Special
wild
times,
down
man.
there? Oh, man, it was a good time. What was that, like 2008, 2009?
Wade came in with 03. We had a nice run. Won our first chip in 06. Then, the Heatles got formed, and then we had another run.
the Celtics won the championship in between there, too.
Celtics did when they got a big 3.
You guys don't even have a fucking coach. Shut up.
Whoa. We got a coach, but
Shut
he's
up, you
now
don't even have a coach.
he's in the front office now.
Now he's the front office.
Now we got 2 coaches.
Bro, that guy got burned out so bad of coaching in Boston, he fucking quit. He's 25 years old, that
a
coach.
bubble.
He said, I'm burnt out of coaching. He's supposed to be the next great coach. He's supposed to be the next, who's that dude, downtown Indianapolis? He's taking a knee with all the legs around him.
John Wooden.
This guy's supposed to be the next John Wooden. All right?
I think Indiana offered him like $70 million or something like that to come coach Indiana
10 a
University.
year.
He's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be the guy. He got burnt out so much from being in Boston. He said, I can't fucking do it anymore. Get me out of this coaching. Get the whistle out of my hand, okay? Get me in a goddamn corporate meeting room now. I can't do this anymore. You guys sucked the life out of the future greatest coach of all time, Brad Stevens.
We did not. The bubble did. I mean, he's already top 50 in wins all time, I'm pretty sure. Brad Stevens had a hell of a career. He's going to have a better career as a front office member. Danny Ainge said he was born to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if Dame Lillard's coming over to Boston, play with old Jason Tatum.
Oh, Jason Tatum and Dame would be a hell of a... But
That would be a hell of a one.
That
too.
would...
Yeah.
You like Tatum? You like Tatum as a player?
Like Tatum. Needs another piece around him, though.
Yeah.
Love Tatum, though.
Jaylen Brown.
Good
Taco
player.
fault.
Good player.
Taco.
Yeah, give him the rock.
Big hit.
He laughed in your face.
Why you laugh?
Yeah, why are you laughing at Taco? Wait, Darius, what's that all about?
Nah, I want to know how you really feel about Brad Stevens. Not being able to get over the hump with 15 guys, so moving to the front office, so now he has to manage the whole fucking building. So how do you feel?
I mean, it doesn't make much sense, but you bring in Jason Kidd. You have Jason Kidd run the boys around and teach them how to win.
Just curious how you
Makes
guys
no
feel
sense though. That's how it feels.
Hey, Darius, you're not a big fan of what just happened there in Boston?
I mean, it's just. When do you see that work? Elway, I think he kind of fired himself and then moved up.
Worked.
Did Larry Bird do that?
Yeah, Larry Bird.
Pacers.
Larry Bird was the GM, then the president of operations, I think, and then he was the GM again, and then he was gone, then he was back. I think the Pacers were like, hey, Larry, anytime you want to come around, do whatever you want to do. Come on back, pal. He did it with the Celtics too, right?
Not with the C's, but he was a coach before he moved into GM, and Jordan beat him.
He had a...
I mean, Larry Legend, he's kind of earned that.
The legend.
I'll give.
By the
Love
way,
Larry.
the legend. I got a chance to chat with him because I think he was president or GM with the Pacers. I was doing something with local news or whatever, and I got a chance to chat with him. And it was just casual conversation with him. We were being recorded. He knew we were being recorded, but he didn't want to stand and do the whole thing. So we were just sitting while they were doing practice or whatever, just sitting in like one of the arena seats. He was just like super chill. And I go, you ever shoot anymore? I go, no, I like hell no or whatever. I was like, how could you shoot? He said, better than everybody you fucking see on there.
Hey, one of the greatest shit talkers ever, man.
I laughed
ever.
so hard. I laughed so hard. It was... I'm like, man, you are the greatest. And then as more stories come out about him, it's just like
The 3-point contest thing is hilarious. He shows up. Who's
like second or whatever. Yeah.
Wins in warm-ups.
The left hand shit was like he told the team like, I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers. Some shit.
25 or 30. He
He
had
dropped like 40
He's
beats.
only left-handed.
Like, bro, I gotta fight you. We gotta get ejected.
He was the last one to win 3 straight MVPs too. I'm pretty sure.
Straight.
Listening
That's
to
wild.
what was it? It was Magic and Bird, right? They did that
Yep.
on it was
HBO.
HBO. It was and Magic talking about. He said, "Hey, there's a white one.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a white. He's doing everything I'm doing. He's in Indiana. That's like that
Indiana
is.
State.
By the way, that's how a real locker room would still act, would always act, and how the whole thing goes. It's like, hey, the whites got one. They got one. And he still doesn't give a fuck about anything. He had a seat in the Pacers Banker's Life, and before that, it was the something field.
Fieldhouse?
Something.
Conseco? No.
Yeah,
Was
Conseco. It was Conseco, and then Banker's Life, and then he had a seat that was in the corner by where they go into their locker room, but it was up a little bit so he could see everything. And then it felt like there was never anybody that sat in front of him or behind him, and then the whole place was just so he's just sitting there, and he would just get up randomly. And I'm like, I wonder where he goes. They're like, oh, he's going to smoke 2 cigarettes real quick.
Oh, man.
he's coming back in. I was like, oh, I thought he was going to like watch film, fire somebody, like make a call, maybe trade somebody in the middle of the game. He'd like get up. I'm like, where's he going? Like, he's going to smoke some butts right back.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Beast.
What a legend, man.
Especially when they were playing the Heat during like the Paul George time. I remember there being like big moments and everyone going nuts, and they cut to Larry and he doesn't give a fuck.
Sitting there, dude.
Yeah.
Stone cold.
Not even the finals. I don't care.
Let's get to a break. Before we get to a break, sorry. We have to celebrate. Mm-hmm. We legitimately have to celebrate. Gumpy is back.
Yes.
Go Gump.
Okay. The Hammer Down Boys go live 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time. I'm sorry. I got to get that right. There is a difference. Standard is fall and winter. Mm-hmm. Daylight is spring and summer.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've been told both. I've been corrected on both sides by 2 different people that told me they were smart. So I think I am right in this particular one. 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. YouTube.com/Hammer Dahn. That's HAMMERDAHN. A couple degenerates in our office do a show daily. They give out picks. They've been winning and winning and winning and winning. And then guess what? A slump slapped them right in their fucking mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Happens to the best of
Yeah,
us.
it does. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
That's why what they were doing with this show, I thought they were lying to my face. Like every day I asked them how they do. Oh, well, 4-1 and 3. He went 3-1 or whatever. I'm like, you gotta be lying. Gotta be lying. They were doing that for real. Gumpy was in the pits. He was miserable to be around. Okay, he was not. He was not upbeat. He was not the same old lively, hilarious, fun-loving Gumpy because he was taking it on the shins on Twitter because he was losing. Last night, fucking Gumpy's back. Gumpy, how do you feel, Gumpy? That's got to feel pretty good, pal. They were counting you out. They're saying you were dead. Undertaker gift. How you doing? Keep it moving, huh?
Hey, we always bounce back, Pat. We needed it 4-0 night. Roll that into the weekend and stay hot.
Tales of your demise were greatly exaggerated, my friend. COVID Cowboy Tone Diggs, how you feeling? Are you winning still, or are you just laughing at Gump, or are you winning alongside of him? What's going on? Has the slump shifted to the Italian kid from Pittsburgh?
No, I had a good night too last night. The slump was like what, a day or two?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not really a slump over here. I mean, we're still on top of the world on the MLB betting. I wouldn't doubt us.
Okay, so by the way, you are the standard, you know? So like when you have a bad day or two compared to what you guys had been doing, you know that can't become the new normal. I think is what everybody's saying. It's like, hey, there's a lot of people giving out losing picks all the fucking time.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I may or may not be one of those people in certain situations, you know, just because, my emotions get involved a little bit too much.
It happens.
You guys are calculated. You take emotions out of this thing, and you are becoming a bankroll for people, Tone. Do you look in the mirror and say, you know what? Not a bad guy I am. Is that what you're saying these days, Tone?
I do that a lot, actually, Pat. I mean, like, I'm glad you brought that up. The standard is the standard. It's what Mike Tomlin says all the time. And, when he doesn't, win a Super Bowl or potentially go to the AFC Championship, everyone yells at him for that. And we have 1 losing, 2 losing nights. Everyone does the same for us. I like to think I'm a pretty good guy.
Let's get to a break. I like to think you're a pretty good guy too, pal.
Thanks. Hey, it's funny you said the stories of our demise are greatly exaggerated because I said the same exact thing on the show yesterday.
Well, because you guys are back, huh?
Yeah, it feels like it. Till tonight.
No.
You're back.
We're back. We're back.
Hey, Gumpy, did you put this on the ticker yet, or should I announce it now?
No, I was waiting for you to announce it, brother.
Okay. Pause. Hashtag PMS 5K ticker trivia, no right answers. Hashtag PMS 10K ticker trivia, close. No right answers.
Wow.
We roll it over into this Feel Good Friday at hashtag PMS 15K ticker trivia. And instead of just running back the same questions that were stumping the thousands and thousands of entrants, we chose to make this the last day of the ticker trivia rollover giveaway. We want somebody to get $15,000 before the weekend. For $15,000, all you have to do is go to Twitter. Use the hashtag PMS15K ticker trivia. Spell it right. You have to. It's the only way to tell us how many peanut M&Ms are in this bottle. Not to be confused with the walnuts, the coffee espresso beans, and the other things that are potentially in here to fill space. How many peanut M&Ms are in this Gatorade bottle? Hashtag PMS15K ticker trivia. Go ahead and enter as many times as you would like.
What's the hashtag again? I might take a couple steps this month.
Hashtag PM. By the way, we do not know the answer.
No.
So Darius does not know. You could potentially win this thing, Darius. We will count this in the third hour, probably during a commercial break, and send somebody into the weekend, hopefully with $15,000. Once again, on Twitter, hashtag PMS15K ticker trivia. How many peanut M&Ms are in this bottle sitting right here? 3/4 ones count. Half ones count.
Okay.
As their own. There is some, it's tough. It was tough to get all the liquid out of this bottle.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's some paint, kind of starting to ooze and chocolate melt. We will count those all as their own individual ones, just so we're clear. And we can't wait to give away that money. Also, Foxy's newest Mr. Friday Night Flick will debut at 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Right here, youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. A massive giveaway at the end of that.
Yeah.
Feel Good Friday. We're giving away the house.
Nice.
We're giving away the barn.
Let's go.
We're giving away everything we got because we're very, very, very thankful for everybody that watches and listens. We have no clue why, but we're back in 4 minutes with some of your phone calls. And Patrick Mahomes might be, I like the Bucks. Okay? This Kansas City Chiefs team, we haven't really seen them like pissed off. Losing a Super Bowl, get embarrassed on national television, then come out and say, we want the undefeated record too. This might be a team. I'm not gonna fucking bet on them. Last year I lost a lot of money on them because they'd
Never
win
cover.
just by a little bit. They would never ever cover. Is the entire season now maybe a revenge body for you forgot? Okay, Tampa's the new shiny toy. Matthew Stafford goes to the Rams. Everybody Dak's back. Have you forgotten what's going on in Barbecue Town? Have you forgotten Andy Reid's Cheeseburger Paradise over there? Yeah. They are a squad. We got some clips from their OTAs that look awesome, sound awesome, and a lot more bullshit basically in the middle of the summer here with not much to talk about. This is the Pat McAfee Show. Feel Good Friday, June 4th, 2021. Okay, so I was elected captain a week. We played the Lions up in Detroit, and Vandenbosch was one of the captains for them. And he had red contacts in.
Yeah, that's him.
He had red contacts in, and we walked up to each other, right? And I think I'm with Mathis and some other people. I don't know. I should not have been there. I was just far left or whatever. I'm just on the far left side of it. And I walk in, and we all dap each other up, and then he's there. And I go shake his hands. I look him in the eyes, and I didn't say anything. I just looked him right in the eyes, and he dapped me up or whatever, gave a fist bump. And I just stared at him for the entire coin toss. The ref was talking to whoever was going to talk for us. And I was just looking this guy right in the eyes the whole time. And then as soon as we go to leave, I go, that's wild, man. I just jog off to my side. In those captains' meetings, I've had some incredible electric moments. We played against the Minnesota Vikings, and Adrian Peterson was the captain of Vikings. I was captain of the Colts. There was 3 other people. We walk out there for this. And the only thing I've heard about Adrian Peterson is how firm, I've heard a lot of things about Adrian Peterson. Those aside. But I've heard that Adrian Peterson's handshake is a firm one. Adrian Peterson has a firm handshake. It's this legendary story. So we go out for the coin toss, and I see him, and I'm like, here we go. And as soon as we go for the handshake, I get in early. I get in because the key to breaking a very stern handshake is you get in early because you got to beat the grip. You got to beat the grip. So he's like kind of casually shaking everybody else's hands. I'm like dapping everybody up like slowly. And I'm like watching him the entire time. And he brings his hand out and I race in to get the netting and your thumb on the thumb. And then I squeeze first, right? So I get like, that's like in arm wrestling when you get the angle on it. So he squeezes back and I give him like a ha-ha, like, right? So while the coin toss is happening, Adrian Peterson looks at me while he's standing on the other side. Neither of us were speaking captains. And he goes, after the coin toss, we're doing another one. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. He goes back. As soon as the coin toss is over, there's another dap up before we run back. And we did this handshake. He got me around too. I'm be honest. And that was my drop hand too. That's like my punt drop hand. I thought it was going to be broke. But I was like, those coin toss things, I don't know how you don't shake hands because it's just an awkward situation where you're forced to shake hands almost. Travis called heads. No!
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm sorry that it worked out this way, but I told you.
You're not
I had
sorry.
to trust my instincts. You asked me what I thought. I thought it was going to be heads. I didn't
What about
wanna have
Travis
to pick it. I
Kelce
didn't know
going
you
out
put
there?
30K on it.
Yeah, I mean, was that the cleanest toss of all time?
No, it was terrible.
But that thing took one bang straight in. What a horse shit toss.
They watered the field. Old Notre Dame versus USC. They raised the grass.
You son of a bitch.
We all know that wasn't a fair coin toss.
No, it was
They should
not.
redo it.
It was a lot worse than 50-50 after fucking watching that game. A lot of people say that's why you don't bet 30,000 on a coin toss. You know?
Seems like a reasonable thing to bet 30K on.
Because you got no control. You got no control, guys. So I guess not even like a thought to go into it.
Well, Christmas is canceled.
Yeah, we're giving away a lot, but nowhere near as much as we once had thought.
No.
Remember that double 70K? Take it back.
Yeah, for sure. FanDuel just made so much money right there. Use. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show. You know, it is a feel-good Friday here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
I just came sprinting back from the bathroom, as did Darius Butler, screaming into us being back live here on Sirius XM, Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio, and YouTube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. We're back live from the FanDuel Beach House. America's #1 sports book has helped us out and had us, experience a beautiful time down here in Tampa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 7 weeks thus far.
Yep.
It's been absolutely beautiful. It's been perfect, but nothing can compare to how great the FanDuel Sportsbook is.
Oh, yeah.
Well said.
This house is beautiful. Okay, this show stinks, obviously. This operation, though, run by the boys, much better than anybody could imagine. Nowhere near as convenient or as nice as the FanDuel Sportsbook.
No.
They have more things to bet on, more money to make, more money to be had. And right now, if you listen to Hammer Down 4 p.m. every single day at youtube.com/Hammer Down, they're handing out money right now. Last night, I saw numerous parlays of Gumpy's 4 picks. People are betting $20, winning 300 and some bucks last night. And I'm not saying they're going to do that for you every night. This is not like a promise or anything. But hey, there's a lot of ways to make money off of our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. And right now, your first bet can be risk-free up to $1,000.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, FanDuel will refund you up to $1,000 back in site credit if you don't win on your first bet when you go to FanDuel.com/McAfee. That's MCAFEE, FanDuel.com/McAfee. Shout out to FanDuel, man.
Love you, FanDuel.
FanDuel's in an interesting spot right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a very good product. They have a very, very good, very good presence in basically every single state.
For sure.
in their head now is there's a possible new head of the company, basically.
Is that right?
Little power vacuum
Hey,
up top.
I'm excited to see what goes on because whoever gets the gig is being handed a Ferrari, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, you're getting the best car, the fastest car, and I don't know if Ferrari's as durable as FanDuel. FanDuel is everywhere, it can travel and everything like that. But I'm excited to see how this whole thing pans out because FanDuel's got a great thing going. And we're lucky to be, partners with them.
Yeah,
And nobody wants to be the one that crashes a Ferrari either,
Yeah, you drove a Bentley this morning. I'm sure you almost shit your pants the entire
Multiple
time.
times, actually.
Yeah, I thought so.
Did not go over 20.
10-2.
Yeah.
It's hard not to go over.
Hey, is it 10-2 or is it 3-6?
10-2.
10-2.
I don't know. I think you guys need to stay updated. I think they change it to here because just in case, if you're here, by the way, and I'm not saying this is what I was taught. That airbag comes, boom, hands in the face. Look at that.
Broken.
Bang, pow, boom.
See ya.
That's what they're saying.
That's true.
So I think you move them 3 and 6, so that thing's you hyperextend your sternum and
3-6.
everything.
What's that here?
Oh no, 3 and 9. I'm sorry, 3 and 9.
Okay.
3 and 9.
See, I assume if I'm getting
are
into
correct.
an accident,
I'm right.
Yep.
Fucking
9
knew
and 3.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's
9
why.
and 3 now. Huh?
Listen, what I'm trying to do is be the guy that you guys can come to when you need information.
Can't believe
Thank
anything
you.
these people tell you, man.
Thank you.
That is honestly. 10-2 was good for a while. Then science came out, and they said, you know what? All these people are busting their forearms fucking out.
Can't do that.
What do we got to do? We got to move them out a little bit, like they're big rigging out there. Let's go ahead and do. You probably learn to keep your hands at 10 and 2 o'clock positions on the steering wheel. Today, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, also known as NHTSA, recommends drivers put their hands at
Oh, what
9.
do they know?
And what does NHTSA know?
Yeah.
Kidding me? Are you kidding?
I've been just fine at
fuck
10 and
is
2.
this?
Oh, wow.
I assume if I'm getting in an accident where the airbag's being deployed, I'm going to die a grisly death. So I don't think where
don't think
my
about that.
hands are at is going to matter.
I was actually drifting around the circle in my driveway, hit a pothole, took out a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Airbags did
Deploy.
Yeah, and we were nowhere near death. Just a very inconvenient situation.
That's a
sudden.
win.
Yeah, absolutely. The horn just kept going. Couldn't get the horn off.
Oh,
Sure.
jeez.
So I actually had to rip airbag off of steering wheel to get that thing to stop.
That's pretty cool.
There was a little bit of smoke coming off from the back end. Had to fix the entire
Did the
back
side
end.
ones come out too, or just the?
Just the two fronts and just the two fronts. I think none of the side ones came out, but it was very expensive to put that fucker back together. Mr. Potato Head fell out, and you had to put that whole thing together. Should have sold it. Can't drive it now because all I want to do is drift it. But as soon as I get to the point of going, I think about the day that I was 10 and 2 and almost broke my arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So drive safe out there if you're
Old
listening.
NIFTA.
Yeah.
And broke your face.
NHTSA.
Oh, NHTSA, yeah, whatever.
Let's talk about NIFTA, National Football Treatment Association. I don't know if that's a real thing, but Toradol. Hey, I was teammates with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel a little bit betrayed by him for sure. As
Fourth down Army.
what big component of the Fourth Down Army. Andy Studebaker, okay? From the Studebaker Carr family lineage. I think he grew up in a town maybe 14. We might have more people in this house, okay, than there is people in the town that he grew up in.
Okay.
Then he went to Wheaton College. He was with the Chiefs, became a special teams grinder, just is incredible football player. Also has some sacks. I think he played outside linebacker a couple times. I mean, he's great player, great guy. Loved him in the locker room. I mean, small town, white guy grinder. You know exactly what you're getting. I think he's always been political. Like I always thought he was potentially going to get into politics. You know, it felt like that type of thing. Fit in very well with everybody. He was able to have a conversation. Pro Football Talk reported this morning like 4 a.m. or something like that. 5 a.m. maybe this morning. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know who they're trying to get to read that. Is that the people that are up at 5 a.m. or is this the one like first one we went out there? Florio knows that he's a big driver in some conversations with some people of importance, I assume. They're trying to ban Toradol, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are they doing? Is it the Green Bay Packers, I said? Is this the Green Bay Packers trying to, permeate into the other 31 programs that aren't using or that are using Toradol and saying, hey, we don't use it, so you guys can't? A couple years ago, D-Butt, you and I had this conversation earlier. There was a potential ban on there. Everybody's like, nah, can't do it. Now, Andy Studebaker, and a couple other NFLPA guys are being credited with saying, "Nah, we ain't doing it anymore." Wow. I don't know if Studebaker knows that, by the way. I don't know if Studebaker knows he's getting the credit for this thing. I don't know if he. I think his face is literally
the first
on
thing you see.
This guy. Can we pull up the? Can you get the article or whatever? Can we put up on LED? Mm-hmm. Pro Football Talk reported Toradol's not going to happen anymore. That can't happen, Darius. And by the way, my follow up is like, am I going to die? Yeah, I'm going to die. So everybody is, I guess. Unless I do that frozen thing where they find a cure, which I don't know if it's going to work or not. But is Toradol going to kill me? Because I was wondering if more information had come out because, like you said earlier, Darius, that year there was like a lot of talk about Toradol.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody backed off of that conversation about Toradol. Here we are again. Did we learn something new, D-Butt? And how many people are going to be okay with this? I'm assuming not a lot of guys are going to be. And does this younger generation use Toradol? I don't know. These are like questions I have.
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
That's a good question. Maybe because it was kind of like I guess part of the culture, coming into it. That was just a part of it. I saw guys getting it, whether they were playing games or not. Coaches lined up getting that shot in the ass. Pause. But, I mean, even I think it was 2012, the first report came out. So it's been a lot of shots administered since. But I'm just scared of what may replace Toradol for guys.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. Like, obviously, the NFL and a lot of places, I think at this point, we've kind of learned they had a massive issue with painkillers, right?
Yeah.
We've all, if you grew up anywhere in America, we've all experienced the devastation of painkillers and pills and everything like that happened to people. We've seen movies now that have documented what happens to people that abuse painkillers and how their body can get hooked on them so quickly and what happens. And there's a big pharma conversation to be had here, but nobody's saying, hey, Pat McAfee, educate me on the lobbyists of the big pharma that are potentially killing millions of fucking people. Nobody wants to hear that, okay? But the NFL had one of those issues. And I was past that time. I mean, I think I probably played with some guys that were potentially played in the era where it was just literally like, hey, who wants something? Let's get you to the next game, the next practice, the next meeting or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you definitely play in that era, buddy.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I mean, there was times, where it felt like I had either heard stories or seen situations where it was like, hey, who needs something? So that did kind of slow down, though, I believe. And Toradol, I think, became something where it was like, hey, here we go. Doctor administered. This is, you only really feel it for this amount of time. It's not addictive. It's not going to become something that is going to take over your entire life, mostly because it can't be. You're not going to be able to figure out how to get it. I mean, there's an oral one, but it's not going to be the same thing. And, it's going to be out of you in like 24 hours probably, and it makes you better. So I wonder if they're starting to, because in 2012, as somebody who, had learned about the Toradol and was like, I am in on this. I didn't want to hear the reports. I didn't want to know. I was like, I don't want to know. Yeah. Hey, I know I punt the ball a lot farther and fucking feel a lot better whenever I'm doing it. And the body I'm not somebody that could touch my toes. If they would have gave me Toradol during that presidential fitness award test whenever I was a kid, that blue box would have got fucking murdered. It would just bow. I would have been shooting that thing down there. I couldn't even touch the box as a kid. Everything felt better. I didn't want to read about it. So then when I, read this article, I was like, okay, so did more information come out about what's happening inside of me because I did take it? I guess there's like a bleeding with concussions thing where if it's in your body, it can help spread the blood or whatever. But the NFLPA seems to be a part of it. A lot of players are a part of it. And that'll be a wild time if that thing gets completely banned out there, D-Buck.
It will, man. And it was a point I had a surgery or something, and I was getting those painkillers, and I got, a few weeks, few months, and I'm taking them, didn't need them. And then I found weed.
Are you talking about dope?
Yeah, but weed got better, man. And started getting that medical. And, that's really where I went with it, honestly. I stayed off the pharmaceuticals as much as possible late in my career.
How High, could be a great movie for people to watch that don't understand dope, okay? Because Method Man, a Wu-Tang Clan member, also on Rosenberg's album today. A couple times. Mm-hmm. Hey, Pete Rosenberg's got an album.
I saw that.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Hardcore hip hop, right?
Did you? We listened.
I did not listen to it yet. Was it good?
Yeah.
You should listen.
We listened to it this morning. Every song.
So good.
We listened to a few of the songs.
No skips.
They were pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's a like lyricist.
Yeah, like, okay.
Yeah, it's like that type of music. Obviously, if Meth Red and everybody that's involved in that is going to be in there, that's the type of thing. But Method Man in there, they play a couple slapdicks, obviously, that, smoke the ashes of a friend, and then, magic starts happening. But if you look at Method Man is laying out exactly how people do grow weed now, and it's at a much more expedited level. It's like, hey, this one right here, this will do this for you. This one right here, this one will do this for you. This one will do this. And now there's so many scientists and botanists and whoever the fuck else is involved in this thing. The strains that they're able to create that completely attack one thing. It's like, what's your issue? Anxiety. Okay, here's a good one for anxiety. I got pain like in my knee. It's like arthritis. Like, oh, boom, here's something for that. It's just like, I don't think people
Appetite, sleep,
everything.
yeah.
I don't think people fully understand and that's when I heard the gubernatorial debate in Indiana where I need to see more research. It's like, bro, they're creating like lifesavers for people with this stuff, and it's all pretty natural, and it doesn't seem to be completely addictive and kill you. It's back to that big pharma conversation. But yeah, I think the NFL should endorse weed a little bit more. I think, especially if this Toradol is going to go the opposite direction. It's like, give them something so guys don't rely on something that is very terrible for them, so they can get game to game. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to play through pain or whatever. Everybody's hurt in the NFL. Like, everybody is hurt in the NFL. Now, me, nowhere near as much as everybody else. But if there's, I don't know, Toradol, that's such a fine conversation.
You had a few operations, though.
And I did play Pro Bowl football with a dislocated kneecap in my kicking leg. So, I mean, say you can't even walk, basically. Made a Pro Bowl kicking a ball, but I didn't have fucking my head being rammed into somebody, a stinger, the whole body. Yeah. Whenever you start, and it happened in professional wrestling back in the day. It happens in all sports where the body can get sore. Guys are going to try to find remedies, and it's I hope we learn more about Toradol. Studebaker just texted me and said my ears are ringing. I was like, hey,
that's right.
Hey, this ain't me, by the way. Just like Miles Teller. Hey, I didn't do the report.
No.
This is, Hey, Studi, you're the guy that did this, right?
You're in it.
Natural remedy. CBD, got anything for guys? Because like CBD is good too. Even the shit that don't get you high, it's a lot of
CBD has these bath salts that are incredible. They have some gummies. Yeah, I think a lot of people start with CBD, and CBD does a very good job. But now they have because it's not legalized everywhere. There's like a THC CBD mix for a lot of gummies, and I think that is really the next step for everybody who's like, I hate dope. Cannabis, I mean, it does create the CBD. That's right. I do like that. But the dope, I ain't about the dope. And then as they try that, they're like, oh my God, everything feels better here. What have I hated for so long? We were arresting people for this. Oh, well, that's not the dope, though. This is just CBD. And then they kind of, boom, move into the whole thing. We have some update.
Oh, come on. Stay away from the quarterback.
Michael Giardi. Cam Newton appeared to hit his right hand on a helmet and spent considerable time with trainer Jim Whelan.
McCorkle.
You're saying Mike McCorkle. And one of the team doctors, offense coordinator Josh McDaniels, checked in on Newton before continuing to work with the other three quarterbacks. Newton watched the remainder of Prax. Cool way to say practice. Hashtag Patriots there from Michael Giardi. Seems like he's boots on the ground over there. Stay away from the quarterback. We've talked about this a lot. A lot of young guys. I'm assuming this is a young guy, by the way. Doesn't know how to practice. Practicing in the NFL is a big deal. Coming close to the quarterback, also a big deal. That can get your ass fucking fired. I don't know who it was. I have no idea how it went. But that's a big transition as to how to practice, where you can be. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to every rule. What up, whoa? But aside from that, practice is a big deal. Cam showed his hand to several of his teammates and then took a knee and watched the other three. Okay, thank you, Zito. Darius, the practicing thing, though, that is a big deal in the NFL. I think nobody talks about it.
It's a big adjustment for guys, too, coming in. Because in college, you're going 100. You're trying to get better. You're competing against guys. But in the league, you're trying to stay healthy. You got to stay on your feet. You don't want guys going to the ground. It's definitely a big adjustment. It's learning how to practice like a pro. So whoever's out there, man, stay away from the court. As a quick way to get your ass fired. I'm sure you had guys getting close to Peyton. Get close to Tom.
By the way, there was no guys close to Peyton. I mean, that was something.
3-yard halo.
There was no guys close to Peyton. It felt like that was a veteran team. You know what I mean? And I think the big thing that happened is we would maybe bring in like a young wide receiver or a young safety or secondary, and the ball's down the field, people would be laying out for him. And you always hear, "Oh, way to go! You made a catch on Thursday. That's great. You broke his ankle. He's out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks with a sprained ankle. Hey, great catch though. Hey, we'll show this film. We'll show this film to everybody. Make sure they know you caught a fucking ball on Thursday, and our safety's out for 3 weeks or whatever. Like that's kind of how it's treated everywhere. Almost.
How long does it take guys to like actually figure that out? Like, is it, like a vet like very early will be like, hey, you can't fucking practice like this, and then the guys who can't get it are just gone.
It depends on where the guys are, but it's quick. Guys let you Reggie will let you know, and one of the old heads will let you know real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We're out of here in 10 seconds before hour 2's on the other side. We will have this conversation and more with AJ Hawk on the other side, plus your phone calls and a chance to win $15,000. We'll see you in 6 minutes. Cheers. I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings, and for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. Pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full offseason. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic offseason, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was 17 going into that. And, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking and nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning. I was on a team that was very bad at football. We almost were completely defeated until Dan Orlovsky showed up and got 2 big wins. We ended up almost losing the luck pick because Dan Orlovsky Everybody thinks they're going to get fired. Every player thinks they're going to get cut. Every coach thinks they're going to get fired. They try to pawn blame off on other positional groups. If it's the linebackers, they're like, we did our job. D-line can't do anything, can't stop it. There's a lot of that chatter, but it's a miserable existence. I mean, it's just the way it is. That's why you have to have so much respect for a player like Joe Thomas, who played a perennial all-pro career in a situation that was so negative and so terrible. I think if Joe Thomas got a chance and his knees let him experience a winning organization, I couldn't even fathom what Joe Thomas would have thought. I mean, life is just much better whenever you win. When you win, food tastes better. Drinks taste better. Sex feels better. Everything is better when you win. Winning cures all, they say. That's not just in the building and for a football team. That's in your life. Everything is just better when you win. And when you lose, especially when you're talking about some of the most competitive humans on earth, it is a nightmare. You got a lot of people trying to jump off the ship. You got a lot of people trying to figure it out. And whenever you're in a situation like that, it's just a full-blown nightmare for everybody. You got to think, when you get to the NFL, let's assume that the humans that make it to the NFL have had a lot of success through their lives. High school football, probably one good player, a guy who's going to make the NFL can lead a team to success. In college, if you have a couple good players that can make the NFL and make it to the Dolphins, even though the Dolphins stink, you're still going to make it to the NFL. Let's assume that team has had success. So then you get to a completely unsuccessful operation, a completely defeated operation, and then it's like, man, this is a whole new life for us. I'll never forget, I had a coach, special teams coach. I won't say his name because this is a terrible thing to say as a coach. We lost the game. It was back in the first regime. We were a good team. We lost the game, and everybody was moping. Like people were not happy that we lost the game the next day. He was, you guys just haven't lost enough. That's what he said. Everybody looked at him and was like, yeah, no crap. What are you talking about, dude? Yeah, this is the winningest decade in NFL history here. Yeah, you haven't lost enough. It's like, you've lost too much, maybe. Are you just comfortable at this point? And that's whenever it can get a little scary. Whenever people are just comfortable just getting their asses kicked every week, that could be a problem. That's when the culture is probably a lost cause. That's when the locker room's too worried about playing dice or playing Boo-Ray or anything else like that. When that starts happening after losses, then you know you're in a bad spot. And I would assume that's not happening at the Dolphins, especially under Ryan Fitzpatrick's watch. But maybe it is. I don't know. But that is a miserable existence. I am not a fan of that.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Feel Good Friday. Shout out CBDMD. Live from the FanDuel Beach House in Tampa Bay, Florida. June 4th, 2021 begins right now from Sirius XM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio, YouTube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. Darius Butler joining us in the house alongside Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor, Zito, and Foxy behind the camera. The boys back in Indianapolis. Can't thank you guys enough back there. We have a massive $15,000 giveaway happening at YouTube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. It is hashtag PMS 15K. Ticker trivia question of the day. How many peanut M&Ms are in this bottle that is sitting on my desk right now? You can enter as many times as you please. Do your thing. Don't be confused with the walnuts, the espresso beans that are covered in chocolate. We will count the quarter ones, 3/4 ones as full ones that you see right there. Okay. There will also be half ones because we weren't able to get the bottle completely dry. $15,000 up for grabs on this beautiful Feel Good Friday. You can tweet as many times as you like. We appreciate you. We're currently trending number 3, I think, right now.
Okay, here we go.
11,000 tweets already. That's a lot of answers. You guys are the fucking best.
No one's got it right.
Hey, I don't care why you're entering. If it's just because you want to win $15,000 or because you're a big fan, doesn't matter to me. Thank you for entering. We're right below free code Friday. Calling contest, right alongside dog meat there. And then we're right below dog meat. So we'll give it a go here. That'll be up. We'll give it the answer in the third hour. So you have about another hour and 45 minutes or so to get your answers in on Twitter. Joining us live from Columbus, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, AJ Hawk. AJ. How you doing, bub? What's your guess?
73.
Okay. All right. We don't know the answer.
You probably will never know the answer.
No, we're going to count it during a commercial break live on YouTube. Somebody's going to do it.
Okay, good. Well, Mitt, did you leave Mitt in Indy? I figured he was the guy.
Well, we actually just thought of this 27 minutes before the show started. And Connor actually got a chance to drive old Benjamin Bentley down into town here. Bought a bunch of M&Ms, all sizes of bags, by the way, because people could Google how many M&Ms are in each bag. They could then guess. So, I mean, he rushed back. We dumped it in here. Notice that we should probably add a little camouflage to these things, too, to make it a little tougher. Yes. So we added some, some shit that is definitely expired or spoiled. Have been sitting out in the house for probably 7 weeks now. And that's what the walnuts and the coffee things are, AJ.
It looks good, man. You guys are always finding new creative ways to give away money, so I think that's good.
Well, $15,000. CFO Phil's not going to be thrilled. That's not the only thing we're giving away today. We're giving away something massive at the end of today's Foxy Flick as well, which debuts 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. AJ Hawk, Rob Domofsky has come out and said he doesn't see how Aaron goes back. He seems to be too dug in. He said that on a Chicago radio show. I think, whoa.
Wasn't Waddle and
Cap and Hood.
Yeah.
Hey, Cap and Hood, for that good. If you could, you should and would listen to them in Chicago. Yeah. Domofsky was talking in enemy territory. Okay, Justin Fields actually said that one of his friends got drafted to the wrong team, the Packers, so I guess that's a massive beef in this whole thing. Rob Domofsky says he ain't coming back. He's too dug in. We didn't know if you had potentially texted Aaron and got any information since this report has come out. Do you think he's too dug in? AJ Hawk, the man who was in the Kentucky Derby picture with his hand being displayed right over his wife's shoulder?
Well, I think Bob Domofsky, first off, he does great work. I think he knows he's got his what do you call it? He's got his ear to the streets or the ear to the train track, whatever you want to call it. However Connor says it.
Or the ground, ear to the ground. I think.
There you
Nose
go.
to
Yeah,
the grindstone.
but he's dialed in. But I think, don't you think he
but
probably
just put the face down in there though? Sorry about that, AJ. Go ahead.
He's probably saying this because we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything from either side, from Aaron, from the front office. Really, I mean, we've heard what LaFleur has said, how he wants them back in the worst way, and all of this. But there just hasn't been any development. So I think everyone probably feels like the longer we go, how are we going to work this thing out?
Well, the only developments we're going to get, though, and Darius said this earlier. He said, when's AJ Hawk going to fucking tell us something?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
That's what Darius said. And I think that's what Bob Domofsky was probably thinking, too. Matt Schneidman, you're talking about Lily Zhao. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just waiting on the good word from AJ Hawk. Maybe Miles Teller come out. Hey,
here we go.
Maybe Miles Teller give a little heads up. Do we know anything about we don't know anything about this situation, huh?
No, I mean, there's been no developments, and I haven't spoke with Aaron. I'm kind of like you in this situation. I'm trying to stay away because I don't.
Smart.
There's no reason for me to sit there, and he's not a source to me, as Rap Sheet wanted to say.
Okay, so this is very smart, I think. Like you not asking him questions because you don't want to know the answers and don't want to be the one like, hey, I'm not going to be the mouthpiece for you. We're friends. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get involved in this. There's a lot on the line. I like and respect that a lot. And what you're also saying there, though, and this is what I say about my friends that I don't want to go ask them, maybe there is information getting out, though, to other people from, you know what I mean? Just because AJ isn't hearing it, or if somebody I'm close to has news happening and I'm not hearing it, that's because AJ, it sounds like you're choosing not to ask or hear anything. Is that fair to say? And maybe Bobbert Domofsky does have intel from a very high situation, or you think this is him reading the situation?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's some of both. Maybe I'm sure it's him just reading the situation and being around the facility all the time. But yeah, that's. I mean, there's not you think Aaron has a clear cut plan where he's going to lay out for somebody like, hey, Aaron, how do we make this better? And he has a 5-step process of what they have to do.
Okay, so AJ Hawk says Aaron does not have a 5-step plan on what they could do. Okay. We will now wait for.
What is it, 6? It might be 6.
Okay, or 7. Yeah. Hey, however many enter. By the way, remember to enter. Remember to enter, because however many you want, you know what I mean? However many you want to guess, there's potentially in here. But, all right, so we're just going to act like we know nothing. Bob, I have a lot of respect for Rob Domofsky.
Love him.
I love Rob Domofsky.
Thank you, Rob.
I assume Rob's going to see this. There was some more news that came out this morning, AJ. And you're not really affected by this, I don't think. They're taking Toradol away from the goddamn NFL. Have you heard this? Do you think this is my fault potentially for being the the cheerleader for Toradol in this whole situation?
Yeah, just exactly how you are the anti-cheerleader for the Bengals, exposing the fact that they don't have an indoor facility. You are that to give great pub to Toradol and say how amazing it is, and you continue to mention it show after show. So, yeah, I figured it was time they're going to take some action. They're really going to dig in because you have really brought it to light, I guess, for people that didn't know about it.
Darius, you said that
so current players all are going to want to fight you now, for sure.
Whoa. No, this is not me. No, I'm not the current player or former player, by the way.
You're a big part of it, though. You're the guy.
No. Actually, it's not me.
You're the old retired stooge that says, back in my day.
No. You know whose fault it is, though? There's actually a picture of 3 men. Okay, there are 3 men that are being pictured alongside of this thing. And I don't think they're necessarily pumped about that either. I think they're supposed to just be answering questions. Former teammate of mine, Andy Studebaker. Andy Studebaker.
Andy.
Friend of mine. I wonder if Studi, potentially... Was he the spearhead in this whole thing? Is Andy?
What they think... But don't you believe that if they are against it, they're saying, hey, you will thank me later in life. That's probably what they're saying.
And Darius and I talked about this in 2012 was the year, you think?
Yeah, I believe so.
2012, whenever they came out and they said, like, hey, Toradol, we might have to stop this thing, and who knows what does your liver and kidney, and I think every other.
Then they said, but then didn't they say they'll still offer you to take the Toradol pill, which I guess doesn't work nearly as much. That'll still affect your kidneys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then they backed off of it completely. I mean, they backed off of it completely at some point. And Darius said he took it. And Darius said something that was very interesting too. Darius said that I was in the era of when the pain killers were being used, like pretty lackadaisical. I mean, I did see a couple situations where I was like, wow, it feels like you're getting access to something that you shouldn't, I guess, a couple times. But was that widespread? Instead of Toradol over there, was there a lot of, maybe not the doctors promoting it, but were guys trying to find other shit to try to mask, pain or anything like that?
I mean, guys would definitely try to, but that's the thing. Like I said before, in Green Bay, they're so conservative with everything. They would never. You didn't have the doctor walking down the aisle. Hey, throwing pill vials to people like you see in movies or you hear about on other teams. So I definitely knew of it. I got in the league in 2006, talking to buddies on other teams. It was definitely like that at certain places.
Darius and I were talking. I after my surgeries, you take it, and that's the only reason why I was able to watch that show with your favorite actor in it, because I was kind of laid up or whatever.
Your
but
buddy.
not
your boy Spacey. Yeah, he got a new role. Did you congratulate him on his new role?
Your boy.
Anyways,
your guy.
I don't pound the desk and say he's my favorite actor.
You text him.
Listen, I don't wear a pinky ring anymore, but
FaceTime.
When Frank Underwood did the double tap with his pinky ring with his high school graduation military academy ring. That shit was about to fucking pop off on that show. Little did I know it was happening in real life too. I didn't know that at the time, but anyways, I couldn't poop. Okay, I don't know how people get past that whole thing. But also, I guess Toradol I feel like works much differently than the painkillers. And by the way, not a doctor, believe it or not.
Have PhDs.
What's that?
You have PhDs.
I have. Different philosophies of things.
Yes.
Okay. PhDs, philosophy degrees or whatever the hell that is. But I think the way they operate is differently. The painkiller, I think it shuts off something in your brain so it doesn't feel the pain, I think. I think that is what it does. The Toradol, that thing felt like it hit my whole body.
Yeah,
it felt like my whole... So I think there's a difference between the
Isn't Toradol an anti-inflammatory?
Yeah, there's a difference between the anti-inflammatory and the pill. And I think the anti-inflammatory, right, that seems to be much better for you than maybe the painkiller,
but guys aren't going to be. They're not worried that guys are going to be all hopped up on Vicodin and Percocet playing games now because they can't get Toradol. I would imagine.
Well, and does this younger crew even know? You know, like you said, you came in, you heard stories. When we came in, we heard stories. Like, is the younger generation? I don't know. Darius, you might.
I don't know. Maybe they care about maybe they're more conscious, care about their body more. But I mean, shit, we were just trying to get to
you
the
care
next
about your
game.
body right now, don't you? You're playing in the league. I care about how my body feels.
How did you have
stay in the league?
Hey,
Right
you,
now.
AJ,
What?
torn pec,
Yeah.
torn calf,
Yeah.
popped groin,
Yeah.
broken every single finger.
Yeah.
Needed like 4 knee surgeries.
I didn't break any. I've never broken any finger.
No,
That's bullshit. Yeah.
It's ligament. It's ligament damage. It's
Go
not
to
broken
hell.
Put your hands up.
Torn pec. He said,
That
by the
torn
way, he
pec
had
is-
black and blue all down his entire arm. So it was like legit.
Bleeding?
Yeah.
Bleeding.
Right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, under the skin. Yeah, that's when I woke up and I was like, "Oh, this may be something."
This may be something. You missed one game that entire time. What did you do? You just stared it down? You're the lady giving birth with no pain.
No
Like,
epidural.
how are you?
I never had it. It's because I never had it, so I never knew what it felt like to have Toradol. So that's just you just learn. That's just what you do. Like what else? What else am I going to do? I enjoy playing. I want to be out there. Why would I not?
Here's the official report out of Ian Rappaport. It was also a Pro Football Talk article. Ian Rappaport, though, an NFLPA memo went to players on the use of Toradol via the Joint Pain Management Committee. In the memo, due to the risk of Toradol causing major bleeding. Really? Toradol should not be used prior to, during, or after NFL games or practices as a means of reducing anticipated pain. No, it's anti-inflammatory. That's what it. I mean, as means of reducing anticipated pain. People will be like, "Are you taking this to reduce anticipated pain?"
Absolutely.
No.
Just make them. Hey, just make them sign the waiver. though.
Absolutely.
But anyways, down here is the players that are part of the Joint Pain Management Committee, and Studebaker's that first one right on top. Right on top.
Yeah, give him a call.
Get-
That's what he thinks about this.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Got his email too.
Hey, Studi does not deserve that. Did Rappaport tweet that?
Yeah, he did.
Once again, Studi, this is not my report. Okay.
Hopefully it's his office line. Yeah. Hopefully it's an office line, not a cell.
Oh,
Either way.
my, I didn't even see that. I don't.
Oh, it's been up on the net since what, 2 days? What,
Yeah.
this morning?
Speaking of which, I think a similar situation actually happened to AJ yesterday. He sent something to Bakhtari, and he posted the picture, and AJ's address was right on there.
AJ, we know
Yeah,
where you
to
live
take it
now.
Really? Was it really?
Oh, yeah. I retweeted it. He deleted it immediately. Someone was like, hey, I know it's blacked out. We can see AJ's address. So he took it down and put it back up.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Billy Tubes is coming over.
Yeah, good luck.
You know what I
Come
mean?
on down, buddy. We are prepared. Come on down.
Whoa, what does that
Whoa,
mean?
yeah.
What does
What? You
that
set up
mean,
traps?
dude?
Ready? You got to be ready for anything, man. You know that.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. Got to be ready. Let's not get distracted here though, because we kind of
Okay.
did there with
Good.
a Rappaport kind of.
But the Toradol thing. Go back to
doxing.
Toradol. Hey, don't you think they're just going to make guys?
No,
sign
how'd
the
you
waiver?
play? How'd you play? What'd you do? You
I
drank
never
more.
knew what it's like to have Toradol.
Would you eat
I
your
didn't know what
Wheaties
it
in the
was
morning,
like.
dude? You ate your Wheaties? You had your vitamins? Like what the fuck did
You
you?
gotta do something. You gotta do something.
How
dude.
you're
Shit.
superhuman? How did you? How
No,
did?
you take what? My Toradol was 4 Advil, 2 Tylenol before games.
Okay, all right, okay. So there we
we
go.
go.
All right, so now we figured it
Fair.
out. All right.
Yeah, then that made me feel just so warm and over my whole body just felt amazing after that. No, I'm joking. Didn't feel anything. I drank. You know what I drank? Alka-Seltzer. I drank Alka-Seltzer before games too. That's an anti-cramp mechanism.
Really? Because remember they used to show up with what was it way back in the day? Bananas,
Coconut
Pickle
water.
juice.
Bananas, yeah, pickle juice.
oranges.
I never had an issue cramping, but Brian Engel, Flea, a great trainer in Green Bay, and Nate Weir, they both turned me on to it. And I still every once in a while just for old time's sakes, I'll drink some Alka-Seltzer. It reminds me of game day.
Put on a helmet. Put on
No helmet. No helmet.
Yeah. Put on a helmet. Run your head into a wall or two. Go
Never
grab
did
every
that.
Advil bottle. Oh my God.
You guys talked about weed. Do you think that would be? I mean, it wouldn't be the same effect as Toradol, but would that be like a reasonable replacement to Toradol?
Go ahead, dude.
Pre-game? There's nothing pre-game that's a replacement.
No, there you go. I mean, I would have to agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't smoke before a game.
Me neither.
But
By the way, I don't know why D-Butt wouldn't do it. I would practice and try things very much. It's why I have the house. It's literally the reason why I bought the house that I have, because it had a massive field in the back and I could kind of do that thing. But if I did it on a game and I fucked up, I always thought like, I don't want people to. I don't want to have to sleep with, like that. I don't want people to think that. But we've talked about this before. There's some guys who can't play without it.
Some great
players. Great players.
I mean, everybody's different though. Everybody's different. But like I said, the CBD, it's a natural thing that doesn't get you high. That could help. But that good old shot, man.
That's what I think they're going to give it. Hey, I don't think it's going anywhere. I just think they're going to make sure like the waiver is foolproof. Like, hey, if something happens in the future, we're out of it.
I think 2012 they were trying to scare people out of it. Instead, it potentially exposed more people to it. We're like, okay, let's go do that. And I don't know if this is going to be a similar situation, but the bleeding thing is a little bit alarming. And then I think as you read deeper, it was about concussions. I think though, so like I don't know. I don't know. There's so much shit going on, man, with lawsuits, potential lawsuits, future lawsuits, current lawsuits. Anytime you get into the billion-dollar business, there's going to be dumb shit, shady shit, and future shit you're going to have to deal with. That's what all this is about. And that's why, like, for instance, and Darius, I didn't get a chance to hear your take on this, and I respect the hell out of that race norming thing. Did you hear about this fucking thing? How did that happen? Like, how does that happen? And by the way, I led off the show with it yesterday where I was like, I think a lot of people are learning a lot about the world that we live in, about how potential things could happen. I was very lucky to be in a locker room. I got a chance to go to some neighborhoods and communities that I would have never been to in the past, see things and learn things. And I think as the world kind of opens, that race norming thing though, that is so dumb and disgusting. You're like, how does this be? That's because in every single contract negotiation that these savages get into, they're just trying to win by any means necessary. And that's why, however, they're just trying to win and fuck over the other person. However, no matter how despicable and disgusting it is, and I think that is something that has to change in the future. Like, obviously, that whole entire thing has to change in the future, but also the way business is done has to be done differently. But that's why that
was fucking wild to read. To even just read the headline, seeing that in 2021. The bigger issue though is, that wasn't just them. That was like medically, world, that was kind of accepted for a while. Like, okay, like the cognitive levels are different with this race and that race, which is, absolutely crazy. But the lawyer, I think his name is Christopher Seeger.
He's representing the NFLPA?
Yeah, who was hired by the PA, who represented, I think his law firm might have raked in like $50 million in legal fees.
Damn. Yeah, I mean.
And then you get that. And this shit would have never saw light of day if it wasn't for the players' wives who actually was going through the red tape. Like, hold on, this is bullshit.
How about that guy coming out and saying, I was representing the players in this thing, and I was wrong. I didn't know that, a large majority, by the way, of the league's people, I was just completely spitting in their face. And it's like, what? Fuck you. Then you immediately, if you're a player now, you have to wonder, like, okay, who's representing me? Yeah. In everything.
Going forward.
In everything. If this is able to happen in one of the biggest settlements in the history of the NFL and the NFLPA, by the way, this was one of the biggest. If it's able to happen then, not that long ago, what other shit's happening currently with some? It's just like, that's the type of, like, I'm a big, like, if that's happening.
What else is going on?
What else is happening, And it's hard not to do that.
And these are dudes dealing with dementia, like some real shit. So you're making it harder for them to get, their money or help or whatever. Like that's. I mean, it's a dirty game, though. We know that.
Let's get back to the topic of dope, shall we? Though, let's please do that, because I don't know if there will ever be. Maybe there'll be a strand that is developed by some genius who has the green thumb. They can get in there and just turn any piece of soil into something profitable. Maybe somebody will get into the marijuana where it'll be able to be a replacement for Toradol, or there'll be something that'll be able to have that type of effect as an anti-inflammatory in how it works for guys and everything. But I think a marijuana treatment should be something that rolls into the NFL soon. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they're doing like PTSD. Like, they're using ecstasy like in medical trials to treat PTSD for soldiers and everyone.
But I'm saying like their entire like I think the NFL could. Now, obviously the NFL probably going to be behind on some things, and then they'll just catch up very quickly because that's what the NFL does. It feels like the NFL lets other people kind of do their thing and then see it, and then they do it. So as marijuana becomes more normal, especially as more research is done, says the gubernatorial debate in Indiana, like the NFL actually investing in their own scientists potentially to create things that players can either get or something like that to go alongside their arthritis that a lot of guys have to deal against or something like that. Like, I think that would be a pretty smart idea, but what's that, 20 years away, you think?
Yeah.
30 years away?
Probably.
So until then, Toradol is going to be a part of the conversation. All the big pharma pills are always going to be a part of the conversation because as bodies change and science evolves, there's always going to have to be remedies, though, for pain, which is never going away. That's just kind of how everything's going to happen.
It's said that you can't do it before games or practices anymore. Was there like a mandate on how much guys could take, or were there guys who would get Toradol every single day?
I don't. No. I knew nobody.
Like, is there
not every day?
Yeah.
Not every day for practice.
I knew nobody that got it every day. I night before and morning of. Some people.
I mean, maybe Michael Jackson's doctor would give it to you every day, but no NFL doctor.
Hey, what was his name?
Conrad Murray.
Hey, he was giving surgery stuff. That's not sleeping, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever come out of surgery and been like, oh,
feel good,
fucking refreshed.
Yeah. Took out Kanye's mom too.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's the same doctor.
Same doctor?
I might be lying.
No, that was down in like a different country, I feel like.
Kanye's mom?
But maybe he did actually. I think he may be connected to Kanye's mom somehow.
Yeah, I think they're somehow connected. I don't know how, but
it's crazy.
But so what? Michael Jackson didn't sleep for how many years then? Because that's not sleeping; you're just getting knocked out, right? So I assume that's crazy. Anyways, doctors have a lot of power. Let's hope they take care of people. And I would like to see more studies about when I'm going to die because of Toradol use that I definitely did once a week, 17 weeks.
Do you want to know though? Do you really want to know?
No, that's like I have a couple friends in the league who I watched a concussion movie, and I told them, "Hey, you watch this? I don't want to know." Smart.
Yeah.
Because I thought about you. I thought about you while watching it. You know, that's a smart idea. I think I view it the same way. I think I actually view it the same way.
Thanks for the text, though. Thanks for thinking of me when you saw a whole movie about head trauma.
No. It wasn't, I mean, they brought it up, not me. It was just like,
You're probably far enough removed from it, though, aren't you?
I don't know, dude.
What?
I mean, I feel like if...
What?
I don't know. This shit. Who knows what we know?
Who knows what was in that? Honestly.
Yeah. 8 straight years of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Once a week for...
No, only 7.5.
Does it cause internal bleeding or does it cause everything?
Like I wonder if it's like a blood thinner too. I wonder.
Shit just said major bleed, and that's the worst thing. When you get injured, like you don't want a bunch of blood or swelling going to it. Like
that's his. By the way, his arm, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what an anti-inflammatory is moving fluid and blood mostly away from something. So, is it a blood thinner potentially? I have no idea. We don't know any of this shit. Man. All I know is it's not me. All right, it's not me.
Who is it then? Who got this thing rolling then? If it wasn't you,
you saw the picture of the guy. You just saw his phone number.
Andy Studebaker.
I don't know. Studebaker is not pumped to be the guy. That's picture is right below this. I don't
with his phone number.
I called him, by the way. I called him immediately upon reading it. Where's this from?
That's that same article. That's
same
NFLPA though.
Okay, this is the NFLPA releasing this, and this is the reason why. Due to the risk of Toradol causing major bleeding, specific recommendations include: Toradol should not be used prior to, during, or after NFL games or practices as a means of reducing anticipated pain. Toradol should be given in its oral preparation under typical circumstances, as it is recognized that the oral preparation has a faster onset of action than the IM preparation, has a duration action that is equivalent to the IM and IV forms, and has a plasma concentration time curve that is early identical to the IM and IV preparations. IM and IV injection of Toradol should not be used except following an acute game-related injury where visceral or central nervous system bleeding is not expected, and where other oral or intranasal pain medications are inadequate or not be tolerated. So
basically saying
that sounds like Andy Studebaker wrote that.
Yeah. Verbatim.
Sounds like Studi.
No, I'm joking. That was obviously 400 lawyers and 5 doctors put that.
So they want you to take the pill though. They want you to take the oral pill.
Yeah, and I read what they said on paper, though. That doesn't mean that's reality, though. I think we've all tried
and guys say it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, that's the middle of their paragraph there. As I was reading, I thought to myself, "Oh, this is a bunch of fucking bullshit here."
The pill takes longer. I tried the pill before. That's what I did before the shot. It just takes way longer.
The pill would be harder on your insides too. It has to go through your liver twice. A pill rather than an injection.
Yeah, but the injection, that goes right to the whole body, right? It's
right in the bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Gump.
Yeah, I just whenever. Talking steroids, if you did injectables rather than orals, injectables are better for you because they only go through your bloodstream once rather than twice like the pills.
Okay, so that is at Bubba Gumpino, who is not a doctor. Yeah. Okay. Those are his.
I would trust Gump over these doctors.
Okay, all right. Well, especially after. Yeah. But I would like everybody to know that's listening or watching, that was a Canadian guy, who might have done his own research.
Does not have an MD.
We do not necessarily want to be
Canadians know their roids.
Hey, Canadians do.
To Gump's point, that was what they were warning against, I believe, wasn't it? Because it does accelerate internal bleeding and central nervous system issues. So they were saying, don't inject it, Gump, because it will do exactly what you just talked about.
Yeah.
No, so what's the IM?
Intramuscular.
Yeah.
That's shot?
An injection.
Yeah, that's the shot.
And the IV's a drip? There's a difference there?
Yeah.
Intravenous.
Goes straight in the vein. Wait, when do you get a drip of Toradol?
No, I think you get it. I don't know if I've never. I assume they do that though, right?
I think they do that.
I just got it right in the.
Yeah, most people just like, but I used to get an IV pregame too for hydration purposes. So sometimes they would just.
Did I ever freak you out? Hey, sometimes I see
they had the fucking worst.
Yes.
Because you got nurses who do that daily, then you got these 70-year-old team doctors who do it once a week, and they're just pop, pop, pop. And I had hard veins to get into, so that was. Man, hated that shit.
Yeah, I remember watching, because I was never a big, hey, strap me up to a rocket here, pal. I need hydrated, even though, I was big-time sweater. I would lose some weight in preseason, okay? Don't worry about it. But, watching that whole thing happen, I always get, a little. Mm-hmm. But those respected doctors, kind of just playing almost like whack-a-mole with these needles, trying to get them in there. I was almost getting sick or whatever. And then that conversation happened. They're like, these doctors are even saying we do this only a couple times.
Yeah,
do it for you guys. That's it.
We don't do this at all. And it's God damn. Can we get somebody to maybe do a proper stabbing here? That is what you got to do. That's IV though. That's intravascular.
Not IM.
Not intramuscular.
Not intramuscular.
Would they have to wait, the NFL, to do the whole weed transition if they were to think about that for it to be legalized federally? Everywhere?
Yes. Yeah, that would have to happen. And then, because I thought in the United States of Goodell, when Denver,
different rules.
Yeah, when Denver legalized it, I was like, everybody's going to go Broncos. Mm-hmm. We're going to learn a lot about the players that are trying to get to the Broncos. Because my first thought was, okay, it's Mile High and dope is legal. I love the Colts, but is there any way I could potentially maybe have the same rules here in India as there is in Denver, And then United States Goodell did write a memo to everybody. And they said, here in our particular country, we don't give a fuck about what the local laws are. Okay? Don't be smoking any fucking dope.
Nobody smoking dope.
Basically what they said. And I think they even said until it's federally legalized or something like that, they won't even. It's going to be a long time. But I like the Megatron's getting in the game. Maybe maybe some NFL owners will get in the game. I assume Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft will get in the game somehow. They'll see money off of
Probably
it.
already in the game.
I would assume Jerry Jones has at least 4 or 5 grow houses.
You should.
At least out there somewhere. We got to get to a break. Let's get back on the other side. Anthony Schlegel's joining us in the next hour. Hey, AJ, have you seen the Patrick Mahomes Kansas City social media clip yet out of OTAs?
I do not think I have.
Nice.
Hey, listen. People say I overreact to stuff.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
No. Hold on.
Undefeated? They're going undefeated?
We'll talk about that on the other side. This is the Pat McAfee Show. Feel Good Friday. Shout out CBDMD, June 4th, 2021. Well, hello, sensual piano keys. you sound incredibly inspirational and motivational. Big announcement coming from our company. You know, throughout my entire life, I've made decisions that people have said, ooh, that is stupid. You've read about them, you heard about them. When I was in high school, I went to an underground poker game, won $1,400, flew myself down to Miami, won a kicking contest, and got a scholarship to West Virginia the next day. I turned my back on soccer that day. Everybody said, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? You have more schools looking at you for soccer than you do for football. What are you thinking? Fast forward 8 years with the Indianapolis Colts, and I was on top of the world, top of the mountain. How's the view? Not too shabby. And when I was at the top of my game, I decided, you know what? I'm going to pursue some other stuff. My friends and I are going to go to work on the internet. We're going to try to chase fulfillment as opposed to just a paycheck. And there were some interesting responses from people of power in the sporting world.
Make them tear the uniform off of you. Sure. Look, somebody needs to stage an intervention. People who know this guy, get to him now. Make him put his helmet back on and get to camp.
Oh no, there's no intervention, Wilbon. No. Here we are 3 years after that date, and it's a celebration, bitches! Cut the music! Let's hand out some bags to the boys. For the boys. For the boys. By the way, that's for you, brother.
Oh my God.
Are you home? All right, come out the front door.
What's up, dude?
What's this?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
What the fuck? Fuck you. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. That is the bag of money.
FanDuel deal went through. There's $50,000 in there for you. Here's a backpack with $50,000 in it. Oh, $50,000 in there. Oh my God. Yeah, so there's $50,000 in there. Yeah, so there's $50,000 in there.
Are you fucking serious?
Let's go.
Did you rob a bank?
Oh, man. Let's go, dude.
Let's go. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yo, this is...
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dude. We did it. Couldn't have done it without you. Oh, thank you.
Dude, it's a fuck ton of money.
You guys.
When I asked Dan Patrick for some advice, he told me always take care of the boys.
Well, and you should know those people that are there with you, that their value cannot be overstated and should not be overstated.
So, Mike Wilbon, they didn't hold my jersey on me. They didn't hold my helmet on me. We didn't have an intervention. What we have is a celebration. Because when you bet on yourself, sometimes you hit for big. And for us, the only place we'll bet for the next couple years in an exclusive deal, FanDuel backed the Brinks truck up to our office, and we have never been more thankful, more excited, and more together as we promote the greatest sports book on planet Earth.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Today is a hard day for sports fans, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
LeBron has been bounced from the playoffs by D-Book and the Suns, ending the NBA playoffs altogether. A true national tragedy. To make matters worse, he's choosing the Toon Squad over Team USA. He did that.
You saw.
Got to.
Well, he's taking on, not Monstars, he's taking on Goon Squad. That's what they call it. So it makes sense why millions of people are struggling to keep up with their sleep cycle with all of this madness going on. That's why we should all turn to our good friends at CBDMD. CBDPM blends sleep-promoting ingredients like melatonin, valerian root, and chamomile with 500 milligrams of high-quality CBD to create a powerful and effective sleep aid and to make it even easier to try everything CBDMD has to offer. They're giving you 25% off your next order when you use the promo code McAfee at checkout. Once again, that's CBDMD.com, promo code MCAFEE for 25% off your purchase of superior CBD products from CBDMD. Shout out to CBDMD.
Yeah, I love you, CBD.
Hey, they're doing good work. That thing, that'll put you out. That'll put you out. AJ Hawk's back. Darius Butler is here. Connor is here. Ty is here. I believe Darius just entered in a. He entered a guess into how many M&Ms. There's 22.4 or 5,000 tweets guessing how many peanut M&Ms are in this Gatorade bottle right here, or empty bottle right here.
91.
AJ, what is your guess? 73? You said
73. Yep.
I'm going 91.
He now
92.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Darius has had this side view of things where not everybody has had the same view because the peanut M&Ms, they do have a little moisture on them. Okay, okay, so it's melting just a little bit in there. But there's walnuts and other things in there that could be taking up space. Don't get confused by the camouflage of the other random shit. 92, you say?
Oh, number 2.
All right, number 2 right now.
Climbing the board.
Is that 20?
National Donut Day.
23.4.
You guys are the best, dude.
How does that work?
What's that, dude?
Well, look how many tweets are related to number 2, and then look at number 3, and it's the third trend. I don't understand.
I think
this.
I think they have an algorithm where it's the volume coming at what rate. Like I think there's a prediction model too, where they think something, if it will continue to go at its speed, what it'll end up being, and everything like that. We've benefited from the same numbers here, though. So like, I don't want to bash this.
No, I'm just curious.
Because
they're promoted too, though. The Donut Days, it's a Dunkin' Donuts promotion, right?
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. Look up top, promoted by Dunkin'.
Yeah, but hashtag Dunkin' Donut Day is promoted. National Donut Day, which is all donut shops.
Yeah,
that's National Donut Day. You know what I mean? Because there's a little mom and pop donut shop somewhere out there who's celebrating this National Donut Day, coming out of quarantine. They were, hunkered down in their bakery for 13 months, couldn't sell their donuts to any of their locals or any of their regulars, had to figure out what the internet was and start shipping their delightful donuts all around the world. Now here on National Donut Day, they get a chance to say hello to all the people that have kept them in business for the last 30, 40 years. Nice. In Indiana, by the way.
I was about to say, what's your favorite donut?
There's like Jack's Donut. There's a Square Donuts. There's that, what's
Longs.
that one? Longs. Longs is the one.
That's number 1 for
Longs was the one we had in our locker room. Did it ever get stopped? No, I don't think the nutritionists ever got this one.
Yeah.
The donuts were coming in.
Tried.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they might have tried. We're like, no.
Yeah, we had.
Don't you touch my donuts.
It was like 120 donuts coming into the locker room every Saturday after walkthrough.
That's
and
awesome.
They were glazed to perfection. Ohio, I assume Ohio's got donut places, huh?
Yeah, there's some great ones. A place called Bill's Donuts in Centerville where I grew up. It's like anyone. You talk to Herbie, you mentioned Bill's Donuts. Marion's Pizza, those two things.
What about Rob Dyrdek? Will Rob Dyrdek know Bill's Donuts?
Yeah.
I bet Rob is a big Bills fan. Never thought about that.
Pittsburgh's no. I don't think we have.
Not really donuts.
Diggs, Nick. Do we really? The Italians don't dabble in the donuts, and that's basically where our food comes from. In Pittsburgh, is all.
No, we pretty much stick to Dunkin'.
Yeah,
There's Donut Connection up a street that my old man used to go to 6 a.m. before he get to the job site. That's about it.
He has coffee there.
Oh yeah, every day.
Hell yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Yeah, cement, dude. Cement.
Concrete.
Hey, you need a driveway done. You call Frank Morado.
Okay. Frank Broad will get it handled, by the way.
Tell Frank I do need some work. I may need to get a bid from him.
Well, I think you might need
it's going to cost you.
That might make his decade.
No, it might. He might not need to build a gate as well. His address was, Takatari to everybody.
Yeah.
He might need some real concrete and a gate out there. But Frank Moraldo, okay, senior. He'll fucking work his dick to the dirt, that guy. Love that guy, Frank Moraldo. Dude, he's got the best concrete in town, too. I follow on Instagram. It is awesome concrete every single day. Ain't that right, Nick?
Oh, yeah, he's become a little Instagram influencer. Never wanted a picture of him on the internet in his life. Then all of a sudden he gets Instagram. He's popping up all the time. Look at his driveway. Look at his pattern.
Nice. It's a good pattern.
Hey, he's doing walking shots with it all the way through.
Does he have a YouTube channel? He should honestly. I watch different things. I watch stuff like that on YouTube, like construction guys, people that have like drainage in yards. I would love that.
We do. By the way, it's awesome that is what you watch on YouTube because you go from concrete.
People that put French drains.
Yeah, of course. French drains and all that stuff and murders and stuff. Then you also go to Rick Barry or whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah, he watches that.
I mean, you're Chuck Berry, yeah.
Rick Barry highlights
Great
too,
basketball
though.
player,
Yeah,
yeah.
play on YouTube.
Yeah. Now you got that in there too, and Chuck Berry, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a range on the internet, Mr. Hawk. I mean, you didn't get to see the Patrick Mahomes clip though from OTAs, huh?
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, I would like to run this with sound. Okay, this is from the Kansas City Chiefs social media team, and I saw this because this pass from Patrick Mahomes might be a little bit wobbly. Now, it's not as caught and as exposed as a wobble as the Lamar Jackson video, but I was tagged in this one asking if we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes' wobble. We're not actually. I did not talk about that. That was everybody Lamar Jackson hater. I'm a Lamar Jackson lover, and that could have been the first pass of the practice, and he was thrown into a stiff breeze.
Yeah, hilarious.
I thought Ty was defending him too. You said 25 mile an hour with
Southwest.
Yep.
Coming out of Southwest, and Joe, you're not Joe DiNardo, okay?
I'm not Joe DiNardo, but I can look at the trees and I can see what the wind is, and it wasn't 20 to 25
It's slick.
winds.
It was a completion. Okay, first down, we're moving the chains. What are we even talking about? But everybody buried him. And in the Ravens social media, kind of.
Yes.
I mean, that was our big takeaway was like, what are we putting that ball?
Their own people screwed
There
up.
had to be another one. The Kansas City Chiefs put out a video, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs social media team watching, they were like, wait till these people hear what this OTA practice drill sounds like from Patrick Mahomes, everybody else. Listen to what he says. This is OTAs. There's teams that are boycotting OTAs. This is Patrick Mahomes, man who signed a $500 million contract with what appears to be his entire offense, battling against the entire defense in practices that ultimately do not matter in the long run. Maybe they do building camaraderie and gelling, but I think it sets the tone for your team. Wait till you hear how Patrick Mahomes is handling this thing.
Yo, punch that shit in. Let's go.
Let's punch this shit in.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill touchdown. Now listen, I don't know if the defense stinks or not. If they love this from the yeah, big celebration. Yeah, almost died. Haven't got to do this much. Sorry, pal.
Hey, I got about 8 inches off the ground.
It's Orlando Brown.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that.
That's the first time. That might be the first time they've really had a chance to celebrate together. Now Tyreek Hill knows, okay, we're going to have to go at a little bit more of an angle whenever we go into this big guy. But, hey, the Chiefs are locked in. Hey, coming off a Super Bowl loss, AJ, looking for the undefeated season. OTA, some people aren't even there. Most buildings aren't even filled. The Chiefs are locked the fuck in. So you know what I'm saying, AJ?
Tell me.
Hey, look for the Chiefs potentially go undefeated this year.
Oh.
I mean, it is something. I mean, they're
Hey, I like,
in
you know what,
June
though?
for February, pal. All right, what's
Hey,
that?
Pat, you know how you're an absolute sucker to anyone that has any kind of production value to a video when it comes to working out. You will jump on board anybody who has a nice production and put a video out. This one, though, you have a point. This makes me feel even better about the Chiefs. You see Joe Tooney in that clip as well, another offensive lineman that came into the team this year.
Kyle Long.
Yeah, exactly. That felt like a training camp practice to me, like a non-padded training camp practice.
I agree completely. Darius, your thoughts?
I love it, man. I mean, I'm a fan of OTAs. Get that work in with your quarterback, get your time in. If you're a defense, get your calls. I mean, I think it matters. You got a long enough break before training camp. Get niggas some work.
What? Oh, so you're very anti the hey, don't go to OTAs thing.
Especially not for young guys. Now, if you're
you came out early saying this, buddy.
If you're a 7-8 year vet and you don't need it, maybe have some other things going on at home. You do that. We had Ebron on, for instance, and he,
how was he?
He was cool. He was cool. He was solid, man. He talked, he went, talked about his early days and struggles in Detroit and kind of where he is now. But like last season, for instance, he didn't have his son up there with him, and so he won't. Same thing this year. So he's spending more time there. So everybody has their different situations, but I mean, shit, it's your job. Why wouldn't you want to go, get work in the offseason.
It feels like a lot of people are saying that. And then there's some very prominent players that are like, no, what we got to experience last year, you don't understand. It was better than everything. Everything we have talked about for the beginning of OTAs happening. Like, no, this is not the right. We shouldn't come in and then go down and then ramp back up for training camp. It should be a slow build up. This is what we should do. They did it last year, and I think the players saw it as an opportunity. Some of the older players, not all of the older players. By the way, Patrick Mahomes, that whole team's fucking. To your point, it did feel like a training camp practice. Like, hey, let's punch this shit in here. Like, hey, like this is.
That looked like a competitive red zone drill they were doing right there, and the offense won, so that's why they were happy and celebrating.
And by the way, stinks for the defense, but that's just how it is. Every practice, every training camp practice, Andrew Luck completes a 90-yard ball to somebody on TY. Big celebration. It's like, wait, whoa, that's our one defense out there. Can we have a little bit of? It's like offense. Offense sells the jerseys, moves the merch, also moves the social media thing there. But I like that. That's obviously being reciprocated by the defense too, right? And I mean, Tyrann Mathieu out there. He's not going to fuck around. But that feels like a team that everything that I like to bet on. I like to bet on like the mentality, like where they're at, how they're feeling, because these are humans. These aren't Madden players. All right, these are humans there. Yeah, that seems like a team that is bought into like we don't lose Super Bowls anymore. That's awesome. I'm pumped about it.
And Mahomes came out and said he wanted to go 20-0 too. So shit.
I think it's easier to forget with Mahomes too. Like this is like his 4th year in the league. Like he's still like just because of how good he's been, you just assume like okay, like he's a vet, he's been there for a while. Like he's still like getting better and learning what he has to do. Like
facts.
Shit, he might throw 75 touchdowns this year.
And he threw 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl that were dropped.
Yeah.
And he was running for his life. I mean, that dive throw, if that's a touchdown and they come back and win that. We're talking about Julian Edelman type catch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Vinatieri kick moment. We're talking Super Bowl moment that is remembered forever. But instead, it was a drop, and the Buccaneers just kept it going, and it was insanity. But I like that Andy Reid's got the boys buzzing down there. I like what they got going on.
Revamped O-line too. Like it is hard not to buy into the fact that like okay, they can protect Mahomes. They have all the weapons in the world. Like they easily could go 19-0 against the Bucs, who could also be 19-0.
So they somehow were able to build an offensive line, bring in all their stars, pay their quarterback $500 million, build up the defense, and have a team that's ready to go for at least the next 3-4 years or whatever, and somehow everybody else can't do it. Nope. But somehow the salary cap slows down everybody else. What the fuck? How? You look at Orlando, Long, Tooney. You look at that offensive line. It's like they got rid of 2 tackles that were studs.
Yeah.
And somehow you look at their offensive line, like, do these guys potentially have the best or second best offensive line in the league all of a sudden? Like Andy Reid watched that Super Bowl and was like, we ain't ever doing that again. I'll tell you that right now. Hey, you saw Patrick running around now. We're going to get the best. Kyle Long, welcome out of retirement.
Yeah.
Dude. I have no idea why Las Vegas let you out of the building. You potentially were coming back to play for the Raiders. I don't know the whole story, but I don't know how thank God you're here. Tooney, they didn't want to pay you up there. Never did. Fucking come on down here. Orlando, they want you to play right tackle. Are you kidding me? Come on. It's unbelievable the way they've been able to piece that roster together and somehow other places can't. I still don't fully understand how that happens.
And still drafted a wide receiver for Pat Mahomes just in case he needs another weapon. Just throw that out there as well.
I don't understand, AJ.
I don't either. I mean, it doesn't seem fair. Like the fact that they're able to do this, they're able to find a way, and other teams aren't. I mean, the big thing that they have, obviously, is you have Pat Mahomes there. So when he's there, you have a chance. And you're saying they're going to go undefeated. Like it's a pretty safe bet to say, hey, the Chiefs are most likely going to win enough to get a first-round bye and have a shot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Hey, Chiefs,
that's
listen.
Easy.
Hey, Chiefs, listen to me. Look at me, Chiefs. Okay? You need to win by the amount of points you're supposed to fucking win by this year.
Yes.
Okay? I've been a fan for a long time. Love the way. I was a fan of the Yankees because I liked that they spent all the money to get all the good players and they wanted to win. Okay? I was a fan of the Heatles paying LeBron and Bosch, Dwayne, get all the good. I like whenever teams go like, hey, you know what? We're going to try to win more than you are. Okay, I like it. I like what they're doing. But you guys, we need to cover 10 whenever we need to cover 10. We can't be winning by 2 when we're supposed to win by 17.
No.
Okay, we can't be having that type of shit all year. Okay, just if we can maybe have that punch, let's punch this shit in intensity there all year this year, that'd be great for all of us. But I want to let you know, thank you for how fucking great you guys are. It is going to be a joy to watch. Let's go to Juan in Illinois. What's going on, Juan?
What?
Jay.
Z.
Zito had to get his shit.
Yeah.
Juan in Illinois, what's going on, dude?
And the boys, how are we doing on this Feel Good Friday?
Hey, fantastic, Juan. Love your energy. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about, I wanted to give a moment of silence to LeBron's undefeated streak in the first round and to Gump Donuts that didn't get delivered.
Okay, well, a moment of silence.
Who?
The hell is Juan talking about?
LeBron. We're talking about LeBron's first. This moment of silence is for LeBron right now.
For what happened?
He fucking lost in the first round, AJ, last night.
He doesn't care. He told us he doesn't care.
I know, dude. Isn't it a shame that he does not care?
Oh, they asked him about that? I didn't see that.
What's that?
He said he didn't care about the...
Or he said it doesn't affect me? Is that what he said?
Okay.
Bro, he's going to play the fucking Monstars, dude. Yeah. That's
Goon
what
Squad.
Sorry, yeah, we're calling it the Goon Squad, he said.
Is this because of all the UFO Is he putting all these UFO videos out, too, to pump up the movie?
Somebody tweeted us yesterday. They were on hold, actually, and they saw a UFO while they... unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP, while he was on hold, and he was upset that he didn't get through. He sent me a picture of this little thing that seemed to be what appeared to be a UFO. It's starting to happen, huh? It's starting to happen. Let's fucking remember that. Any given moment, we can be told to bow down to somebody that can
line up,
fly a lot faster. So let's enjoy our time, okay? We never know what's going to happen. But with that being said, I think Gumpy got conned out of 13 donuts this morning on National Donut Day from a donut shop.
Can't believe
Is that what happened, Gumpy?
Wow.
I mean, I paid for them on I don't want to bury them. Delivery app. Postmates. The driver goes, and then they say they weren't paid for. I end up talking to the manager, just told them they all stunk, and just ordered another batch that got here right before the show.
From the same place?
Yeah, exact same order, exact same way.
You're
and
supporting.
It works.
You're supporting National.
Yeah, they
Donut.
pissed all over those donuts.
I saw the video, by the way. He said, "Hey, you guys stink," and then hangs up on that whole thing.
You got to go to a different donut place when you reorder them.
Have to. Did you guys get Long's donuts? Which ones?
Dunkin'. Everywhere else was back. You couldn't order Jack's, dude. You couldn't order Jack's.
It's right down the road.
It's right there. It's National Donut Day.
They were closed. Too busy. I couldn't.
They were closed.
We got to get out of here.
Jay, music.
What's Jay? Jay smoking dope back there? Jay, it's like 4 or 5 things today, Jay. What's going on? You all right? You fucking all hung over? You all doped up?
Sorry. No, I'm not.
Boozing with Mitt.
Jay,
I think you guys should work this out. What's going on?
Jay's fucking all doped up, dude. He's probably up all night drinking, boozing, smoking dope, playing Call of Duty, killing people from all over the world. He shows up, doesn't he?
I was shooting people, but none of the other ones.
No, Jay's all doped up.
Where you drop, Jay?
Jay, we got another hour, Jay.
Superstore?
Hey,
Thank
Anthony
you for that,
Schlegel's going to be playing. Jay.
You're out.
You're out. I do a lot of things. Today, I am a professional analyst getting ready for the Thursday Night Football opener in beautiful Nippert Stadium with the Cincinnati Bearcats here at Higher Ground. This secluded world. Good squad, good place. Excited for this morning practice. I'm obviously unbiased, but I'm pulling hard for Cincinnati to do well on Thursday night.
I like to say, all in clipboard quarterback, man. This is awesome. And we got hopefully a future NFL kicker. Let's see what you got. Come on.
This is great for the brand. This guy's an athlete. Athlete. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, goodness. They say kickers are athletes. We'll find out. Let's go. Pull it up.
Heads up. Heads up. Thank you so much for the hospitality. Have a great day. Let's go get away. 1, 2, 3.
I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man. I gotta blow today. I'ma blow today. I ain't hearing what they say. Need a blue face. I've been caring about the race. I've been trying to eat. I need more than just a taste. Now they trying to talk. Oh no, they should know their place. Man, I'm ballin'. This ain't cap, baby. Now I feel like calling. From the O, but I got the music poppin'. All the time, man, it started to get obnoxious. Now I gotta drop down, feeling nauseous. Gotta drop top down, then I hop out. I've been feeling hot now.
Makes me a good point.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get the
Yeah, you got it.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you. This has been so cool to see. Whenever we were driving out here into the sticks, my boys and I from Indianapolis, we were told by Coach Fickle it was a 40-minute drive from where we live. Absolute lie, hour and a half out here. But as we were getting out here, we didn't know what we were going to show up to. And this is such a cool scene here. I remember whenever I was in college, we won a lot of games, beat Cincinnati a couple times. It was a great day. But I remember my boys, right? Like I still am in touch with them every single day, every single week. We had this moment where we went from boys to become men. And you guys were a really young team last year, but they got to experience a lot of wins. Like now the expectation level are high. And I can't wait to talk you all up on Thursday night against UCLA. UCLA refused to respond to my tweet. So I am a Bearcat fan on that opening night, and I cannot wait to watch you guys dominate. And I think this is such a cool thing. Coach, I can't thank you enough for your hospitality. I got a bunch of swag from you guys, too. This has been a cool day. Enjoy this, though. This doesn't happen a lot. Even when you get into the NFL, it's not like college. It's not like your boys. It's not like this. It's a whole different world that you'll remember forever. And I was honored to be here to watch you today, and I can't wait to watch you guys go win the thing on Thursday night and then throughout the rest of the season. Thank you so much. Cheers, boys. Thank you.
What's the most beer you did in one night you think of one of those shows?
Well, I never forget when we went to Japan one time. Dudley, Stacy Keebler. I mean, there were so many people out there. I think we went through 103 or 108. Now, between just for myself, you know, I'd always make sure to have about a 12 or 18 pack there. And, you know, here's the thing when some people say, oh, shit, man, you got too much of that beer on. You don't even know how to drink beer. It's like, dude, fuck you. You don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain 20,000 people in an arena. If I just go out there and sip it real properly, how fucking exciting is that? So when you're out there on an empty belly and you're shotgunning beers and all that shit's going in, the half that was going in was for me. The half that was going on was for them. Nice. But I'm telling you, Pat, when you shotgun a bunch of beers like that and you're drinking about half of each beer, you got a pretty damn good buzz when you come out. And that's a sacrifice I was willing to make every single night.
I would assume you were pretty fucked up, yeah. When did you start self-cheersing? When did you start self-cheersing? Was that something you did in college? You're like, hey, Steve, good for me, man. Like, when did that start?
No, you know what? I got to give credit to Sandman for starting that, but he was bashing him off his head, and I don't remember, and it wasn't because Sandman was doing it, so I don't want to say I copied him, but he was the first. So, and then my style was, because people always get us confused. They'll say, yeah, man, you used to bang them on your head. No, motherfucker, I was the guy that clacked them together. It was just something we came up with. I don't even know how the beers got introduced to the ring, but it became a thing, and we ran with it.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hour 3 of that show. Feel Good Friday. Shout out to CBDMD. June 4th, 2021 will begin right now. We've had great discussions today about all things happening in the sports world. We've covered meteorology. We've covered big pharma. We've covered dope. We've covered football. We've covered NBA. We will talk golf at some point because people are getting escorted out by the police from the Memorial Golf Tournament in Ohio for screaming at Bryson DeChambeau. Let's go, Brooks. Hey!
Come on now, Brooks. Come on.
In the ever-evolving Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau golf beef that we are all here for. I don't know how it ends. I know Brooks got a lot more wins than Bryson has at the moment, but Bryson is golf ball whacker guy. I think AJ Hawks just joined us back in. We just called him and got connected to him. We also, hey AJ, how's it going, dude?
Hey AJ. Is it a male or female? Because my wife's over there. I hope she didn't get rowdy.
Hey, it was full crew. I guess there was groups of people getting escorted out from what is being reported in your backyard, by the way. Aren't you right next door to that?
Yeah, I drove. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I drove by it, dropped my kids off today. My wife's out there for a few hours today, so hopefully she's all right.
What's she doing? She working an event? She just hanging out watching golf? She giving
going to. You know, it's like it's a thing. It's a big party. You know, we have different people that, you know, their companies sponsor different things. So she's just hanging out watching some golf, I guess.
Oh, you go tent hopping at this tournament. You guys go tent to tent. That's around the greens, and that's kind of how it all goes. I did the Open, or no. The Open. No. Whatever's at the Oakmont.
Could have been the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open.
Maybe.
And we did not do it right. I mean, we paid a lot of money to get passes to walk that thing around. There's people that were in tents that had, like, air conditioning.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like they had a much better time than I had, I think. I don't know if I did it right. Is that what your wife's doing? Is that what you will do after this, by the way, for the rest of the weekend? You'll be over there?
No, I don't know if I'm going to make it over or not. Maybe take some kids over on Sunday. Like I usually go today, but obviously I've been doing this, and I could have gone to like 11:30. And so,
you should have skipped this. I mean, we appreciate you.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ. We appreciate you, but you should have skipped this for sure.
No. Oh, no. I would never miss this, especially when I booked Schleg's coming on here. Zito, he's texted me and said call back or something, so I don't know what's going on.
Okay, that's good booking, by the way. That's
Nice.
live
Maybe,
booking.
yeah.
That's letting a producer in the back know to call him back because we call from office computer, studio computer, and it is under a different number, different name. I assume a lot of these people that we've never talked to before, it shows up there. I ain't fucking answering this. A FaceTime? Get out of here, dude. This ain't our life. The guy that's about to join us for the first time ever, Darius, have you ever heard of this dude before?
What's the name again?
Anthony Schlegel.
No, I'm not.
Could have lied. That's why Darius. He's Darius Butler. You've seen him though. The picture we used for the guest announcement today. He was strength and conditioning coach, I think at Ohio State or whatever. Somebody charged the field. He rock bottoms guy, grabs guy who's wearing classic Sperry's. It looks like, yeah, he's doing. He rock bottoms kid.
Definitely seen him.
Yeah, exactly. He is now. I don't know his official title, but I know he's running the bodies down there for the Jacksonville Jaguar team. He is the director of
head strength and conditioning.
Head strength and conditioning coach. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, not only a Buckeye hero, he's on a cereal box. Not only a guy that rock bottom some random kid charging a field who deserved it 1,000%. Now, head strength and conditioning coach for one of the 32 NFL teams. There's only 32 of these jobs on planet Earth. For the Jacksonville Jaguars down there in Duval County. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk's great friend, Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, what are you doing, dude?
I don't know. I'm trying to find my camera on this thing. I don't even know. What's up?
What are we doing? Hey, what did we have today? Did we work out today? I see we're sleeveless.
Got the guns out.
What do we got going on?
Hey, man, you know, got a little guns.
How's OTAs going? I want to let you know, Schlegs. Would love to. Going to talk about everything Ohio State with you. Obviously, your icon there, and the rock bottom of the player is awesome. Your friendship with AJ. We'll talk about all that. But we just talked about, as somebody who's down there in Jacksonville, and I forget who told us. They said Urban was reaching out to him like, "Hey, when are you getting in the building? Like, we signed you. When are we getting in?" This one, the boycott was talking, and then now the numbers are coming out of the amount of people that are down there. Trevor, Timmy Tebow's down there. What's the mentality? What's the mindset? We just saw the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in training camp mode right now, it feels like. How are the Jaguars? And I assume that's a big part of your job right now.
Absolutely. I mean, first off, it's humbling, one, to be a strength coach, like you said, one of 32. But they're just the the amount of guys that we have. I mean, I think we averaged 65 guys during OTA phase 1. I mean, it was amazing. They were coming in, spilling it, working hard. And then now days where we have all 90. And that's just a testament to one, Coach Meyer, our coaching staff, our culture, the sports performance team, and the guys just buying in and going out there and working on the crowd. Because at the end of the day, the only reason I'm in it, one, being a former player, both you guys former players, it's all about the guys. And it's our job to increase their value and extend their career. And guess what? Go win games. And when you present that to them and then you back it, man, and you have that high give a shit factor, they're all in. So it's just fun to be a part of.
Hey, Schlegel, we know you coached for Urban there. The picture that they posted was you blasting the guy that charged the field. I'm sure we'll talk about it. So you coached for him back in Ohio State. Now you're with him. They're the head guy in Jacksonville. Have you noticed is Urban able to coach these guys the same way he was able to coach in college?
I tell you what, man, there's one thing about Coach Meyer. He's great with people. And, yeah, he's hard. He's a hard coach. But he cares about these guys. I mean, I've heard guys come up and talk to me like, I've never had a coach like that.
Huh.
These
what
are pro guys. We're all pro guys. I've never had a coach
What do they mean
like
there?
that.
Yeah, what does that mean? What do you mean? Like he seems genuinely interested? Because the thing that came
genuinely interested. He gives a shit about him.
Oh, okay.
He understands there's a small window. You guys, we all know this. You have a small window. I only played 2 years in the freaking league. AJ, you played for 10. Pat, you played for a ton of years. It's like you have a small window to go make as much money as you possibly can playing the game you love. And guess what? Our job is to help you in the fundamentals, win games, and also rejuvenate your body and take care of you so you can extend your career.
Schlegs.
Boom, mind blown. I mean, guys love that.
Yeah. And by the way, that is like, whenever you talk about what you think a coach should be, it's like, that seems like what it should be. It's not always like that. Some people get too invested in either the X's and O's, the business side. They're like, hey, just show up. There's always something. And I think when Urban was talking about the free agency, because he was signing people, he was like, I'm signing people. I haven't even met them yet. I haven't even shook their hand yet. Like, it feels like he does have that like connectivity, a connection with his players. It's nice to hear that is translating into the NFL. Now,
yeah, he absolutely loves the guy. I mean, like, that's the best part of our job. I mean, there's nobody here. I'm just in a random room with a bunch of weights. Yeah, I love that, and I want to get bumpy sometimes and trade my face off. But yeah, guess what? It's 100 times better when there's people in it.
Yeah. I think there are some OTAs that aren't, with a lot of people, they're strength coaches losing their minds around the NFL, I'd assume. Let's talk about Urban Meyer, though, college to NFL. And you can sign a free agency. You bring in Trevor Lawrence, obviously. The team is going to need a reboot. But the big thing is, in college, you can recruit. And you can get, like, for instance, Ohio State's got this kid with a mullet who might be the greatest. Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He might be the greatest player to ever play football in the history of anything. But anyways, that's just like Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, Dabo. There's like guys that are just known. They can recruit, and their players are better than everybody. In the NFL, the difference between talent is very, very small, even between the greatest and the guys that don't make it. What are you telling these guys to generate the best them possible? I assume strength coach, a lot of time is spent with the strength coach. A lot of time in the weight room. It's a different relationship than it is with the coaches. It's a different relationship than with the front office. What are you telling some of either the young guys who don't know the league yet, because it feels like you might have a young roster, but also the guys like, hey, it's not that big of a difference in skill here as opposed to the college. Are you a motivational speaker in there, Schlegs? What are we doing? What are we saying?
Oh, man. I mean, one, you got to make it individualized. So what we did, guys, we had 40 guys here before we even started OTAs. I mean, it's one of the things of Jacksonville. I mean, it's a great place to live. I just moved down here from Columbus, Ohio back. I think Coach got the job on the 15th. I was down here on the 17th. We had guys starting to come in. And what you do is you make it individualized for them, right? What are the areas of your game that you want to improve upon? Or is it acceleration? Is it your hip and quad flexibility? Do you need to get stronger lower body, upper body, more explosive, whatever, right? You come up with that individual plan for that athlete, and then they get to see the results of that. That's the biggest difference between what we do here and what I think you can do in the college level, because there's so many guys there. Now you can get into the weeds of what that guy needs. Plus, you have rookies to 8, 10-year vets. They all need something different. I'm just not going to put a bar on a guy's back and say, hey, everybody does straight bar back squats. You don't do that.
Yep.
Right? You see what they need to extend their career and have a great season today, this year, and then you go do that. And when you invest that type of care in them, they're all in. And so I'll give you a quick snippet. We wanted to work on accelerations for our wide receivers, 3 steps and 5 yards. We filmed every single acceleration they did for them and then cut it and put it in their own private bucket because guys don't want to watch other guys. They want to watch themselves getting better. That takes a lot more time, energy, and effort to do, but guess what? They love it. And so they can see that, and they can use that to coach themselves as to what I need to do to get better.
Schlegel, hey, so I'm just wondering if you feel some added pressure now. So I know Timmy Tebow signed with the team. We've seen the pictures. This dude is absolutely jacked.
He's jacked.
Are you worried that
he's bigger than you?
Yeah, let's say he comes in there, Schlegel, and all of a sudden 4 weeks into the program, he looks like he's shrunk a little bit and lost some muscle. Are you worried that that's going to be on you?
Wow.
No. Hey, listen, I can't have Tim losing weight. First off, he's not because he eats all the time. He takes care of his body. I will say this. He made me self-conscious. So he rolled in here sleeveless. I like wearing sleeveless because it's Florida and I want to get tan. I've been living in, Ohio in the Midwest. Yeah, exactly. So you come to Florida, I don't want to have a farmer's tan. I want to have like a nice broad tan.
A redneck tan, yeah. Farmer. Redneck, we know the deal. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, so when I go back and see my wife, it's like, hey, Papa Schlegel looks good. I'm tanned up. He walks in the building the first week. My dudes on the staff are like, Schlegel, you might want to put your shirt back because Tim is jacked. And we got a bunch of yoked up dudes. So guess what? Papa Schlegel better get his mind right. I'm not posting the videos anymore because you can't, I can't be in here training in jeans and combat boots like I normally do. Carhartts are out of the window because it's 90 degrees down here, but I still got to get after it because, when called upon, I have to respond. And that's the other thing. like on Fridays, guys come in if they want to get extra work. Let's get bumpy, man. Hey, who wants to work out today with me? All right, let's go. And I had Tyler Shalley. We were doing manual shoulders. He's an offense lineman. He absolutely beat the crap out of me. And I was like, are you coming back this week? Because I want some more. It's just fun banter back and forth.
Darius Butler played 9 years in the league. Has a question for you.
Hey, what's up?
Hit me, Darius.
What's up, Coach? Nice to meet you, man. I played for two great strength conditioning coaches, Jerry Martin at UConn and Mike Warsick up there in New England. Was it any coaches that you looked up to or you saw and said inspired you to be that?
Warsick is one, like he's touched so many different lives. He genuinely cares about his people. Marcus Paul, who recently passed, was one I had him when I was with the Jets. For me, Mickey Marotti was one coming from Ohio State. And I grew up, Brian Dobson, my dad. Brian Dobson was a gym, Metroplex gym that I worked at growing up. I mean, he owned it, he ran it, he trained me. But all of them shared this one thing in common. It's always about the attitude and intensity of which you train, but pushing their athletes and that relationship with the athletes. That's why I became a strength and conditioning coach and not a position coach, because I wanted to be around all of them.
Yep.
And I think you'd have a greater impact as a strength coach, which is why I chose the profession. And then, like you said, it's a very small profession, and I know so many of the guys that are in the league that I still have conversations with now. Being able to share information back and forth now that I'm in it and I'm in Jacksonville and I got guys that are in my division that I know, and guys, like Aaron's former, or not former, I can't say former, he's still with the Packers, right? I mean, Chris Ginsey that's up there, he's a Northeast Ohio guy. It's a very small community and that you have each other's back, that you can talk about training, you can talk about guys, you can talk about hang-ups that you're going to see when you go to camp, or, hey, we're dealing with COVID. I mean, you want to talk about logistics and operations and what are you guys doing to, still serve your athletes in the best possible manner, having to deal with COVID protocols. I mean, we could only train 20 guys in the building, or only have 20 guys in the building during, pre-OTAs. Then it became, I could only have 15 guys in the weight room. What are we talking about? Right? And now I can divide my weight room with a curtain and have 15 on one side and 15 on another, and then 15 outside, so I can have 45 guys at a time.
Well, hey, Schlegel, you're doing a great job with it, pal. Hey, coach.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
What are we doing?
Hey, what are we doing? Hey, we beat it though, by the way. Especially down here in Florida, you take that sleeves off, feels like we beat that thing out here. We beat it. Now you can't say that because you'll get yelled at, whatever. But I can. I'm sports stooge. It has to feel good, and I assume talking to other strength and conditioning coaches, you can get the gist that maybe there's some jealousy in some places. Sounds like the Khan family is going to build Urban whatever the fuck he wants right now. I mean, it sounds like they're building an entire new city. And this is, obviously it's good business for Jacksonville Jaguars to get people in their hotel and everything like that, but also the sports performance, everything they're building. This is a golden opportunity for Urban with an owner that seems to be all in. You getting a chance to display I would assume the mood around the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you weren't there beforehand, is much different now than it was just a year ago or 2 years ago. It feels like they're kind of going all in, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I always like to say charge it to winning, right? Well, how do you win in the National Football League? You take care of your players. You know, if in our league, if I have healthy guys every single Sunday, I have a greater opportunity to win football games than if I'm missing 5 starters on defense. That's just facts. So if I can rejuvenate them and give them everything they possibly need from strength and conditioning, nutrition, rejuvenation, and I like rejuvenation more than recovery because where do you recover to? I want to rejuvenate to max capacity.
Woo!
So you have that exactly. So you have that in there. You have your athletic training. All those different things come together along with a facility, right? Then you talked about the four seasons and the med center and a performance center there too. Everything needs to be in one place for the athlete. You know, that's coach's vision that I share 100% is that every resource you need to extend your career and be successful on the field should be free to you and in one location. And that's what they're doing. And when they have an owner that is willing to spend that type of capital, I saw our president the other day before they launched the thing. I just said, hey, bro, I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing for our players. Thank you.
It's real.
Hey, what about the old wrestling angle? We know Urban handed his laptop over. Chris Jericho blasted dude's
What was
head.
in there?
Charlie Strong's throwing footballs. Were you there? Did you get to work out with Jericho? Like, what happened?
No, why? I mean, I didn't get that memo.
That's a shame.
You know, maybe they haven't read my resume or seen it on YouTube. I can wrestle. I grew up wrestling. I have a wrestling background.
Wow.
I'm pretty animated. I'm sure I could follow a script and go rogue.
Whoa, there's no script. There ain't no script. There ain't no script out there, okay? Yeah.
It's all real. It's all real. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely have done something, but you know what, though? Like, the more that you can do, right? Hey, here's this laptop. Yeah, smash that, dude. Awesome. You know, it was just great because AEW's right here. The venue is, like, right outside these doors. So to have that, you know, kind of collaboration is really fun, and our guys get a kick out of it.
The boys at the Toxic table here have plenty of questions.
Come on, hit me with questions.
No. Well, I have my last one here is Tim Tebow. Everything you thought he was going to be? Like, every workout, every practice? Is it just because outside when he got signed, he was hated. I mean, it was a hated decision. He's a Jacksonville legend. This is Tim Tebow. Him and Urban Meyer's relationship runs deep, obviously. And if Tim Tebow is running, looking the way he is, maybe this guy can. Basketball players have figured out how to play tight end. Maybe Tim Tebow can do it. Who knows how this whole thing pans out in that whole thing. What has it been like with Tim Tebow coming into that building, that team? And also Trevor. How has Trevor been dealing with maybe the Tebow effect, or you think that is dealt with anything at all?
Yeah, I would say for Trevor, zero effect. He just comes in and works and grinds. And you work with Brian Schottenheimer, one of the best coaches in the NFL with quarterbacks. So he's fine working with Tim. I mean, first off, you come in, our units are fantastic. I mean, you come into a tight end room, we got James O'Shaughnessy, Chris Manhurts, Ben Ellison, Tyler Davis, great room, bunch of hardworking guys. You add Tim into the mix, he's fantastic. He takes care of himself, and he goes out there and he practices hard. It doesn't matter what your name is or who you are. Like, you got to go out there and add value to a team. And whenever we get to camp and you get to put the pads on, when you really play football, You know, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But I tell you what, though, from everything that he's done here, guys generally like him and respect it, and he just goes out there and does his job. And that's all you can expect. I don't understand why people get so pissy about those type of things. They shouldn't. You know, if you can make it, you can make it. And I'll tell you this, too. My mindset to everybody, I don't care who you are, undrafted free agent, first-round draft pick, doesn't matter, man. We're gonna do everything we possibly can to maximize you.
That's why. By the way, that's why strength coaches are loved by everybody right there. And I love that you do just fit the mold perfectly. Also, an ex-player, which is fantastic. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Papa Schlegs. Sticking with Tebow, a story was surfacing that when he was 14 years old, he did 316 curls of 55 pounds. Can you clarify that story, or
I can't clarify that story. The way his biceps look now, I mean, yeah, he was getting bumpy when he was, what would you say, 13 years old?
Yeah, 14.
That's pretty impressive.
Getting bumpy.
That's pretty impressive. I might have to go try to replicate that and tear my biceps off.
Yeah, you'll tear them. That is 100% bullshit.
Hey,
no way, Tim Tebow.
He couldn't move his arms for 3 days.
Get out of here.
His hands were locked like this.
Get out of here.
There was one kid behind him. He didn't want to leave any doubt that he was going to beat that kid.
Yes, we beat you. All right.
Just random stories. It's the best.
Go ahead, Ty.
Coach Slags, going back to you and AJ's athletic primes at Ohio State or in the league, if you guys were to go head up one-on-one, are you putting AJ's ass into the dirt? How does that shake out?
Yes, he is.
First off, AJ's way more athletic. I mean, he's way more athletic than me. So you can't even say athleticism there because it's like here and then I don't know where my camera is or where you can see me, all right? But AJ is super athletic. He's a freak. Bobby was athletic and a freak. Like, I am not. You know, I just was a tough guy that wanted to knock your dick off. You know, that's basically it.
That's so you sledgehammer head, huh? Is that AJ? Is that what?
I mean, look at his jaw. We like for real. We still, when we get together, we punch Sleg's jaw.
He punches me in the
The Jacksonville Jaguars head of strength and conditioning gets punched in the face every single time he sees his old college roommates because they love his jawline. You are an absolute specimen. Never would have guessed this guy was going to be a strength and conditioning coach. Oh, Schlegs, we appreciate you, man. What do you guys have? You have a long weekend? Or is it Monday through Thursday? What's the schedule?
Yeah, Monday through Thursday, and we come back and we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rejuve day, and then another practice Thursday, and then we got mini camp the following week. So, you know, I get on a plane, I fly home to Columbus, Ohio, see my family, and get rejuvenated, and I fly back and I spill it for our guys. That's the MO.
Shad let you use it? Shad give you his plane?
Small plane. Saw Urban on it.
No, man. It's Southwest, baby.
Hey, that's where you want to be, anyways. That's where Schlegs is. Right? You're, by the way, you know, kind of rounding up everybody. Let's go. Let's get on this plane, and then motivating the plane. By the way, hey, let's get back on the ground here. Let's do that entire thing. I'd be a terrible host if I didn't ask.
Yeah, hit me.
Trevor Lawrence. Why is he's supposed to be the guy since he's like 10 years old, basically. He seems to be just like one of the coolest customers of all time. He gave some quotes in, I think, a GQ article or something like that where he said, you know, if I lost football, it wouldn't kill me, and people would start taking that a question. It's like this guy, he's the guy, has been the guy. Seems like he's been a professional almost his entire life. Is that kind of what it's like with him around, and how do you think he's kind of handled his first couple months here as being an NFL quarterback?
He's done fantastic. I mean, his routine is a pro-like routine, just coming right out of college. He comes in the weight room, he handles his business. He gets all of his rejuvenation, you know, doing his film study with Brian. Everything that he does, he's already becoming a leader on the team just simply by his actions without even sitting on the field for one game. It's just his presence, right? That's what great leaders, great athletes do, right? They're game changers, not only in the game, but with their teammates. And so, you know, from everything that I've been able to, you know, all the times I've been able to be around him so far, he's exceeded expectations. He's already gaining weight. He loves training. He loves everything about football.
How much weight you trying to get him to gain, Schlegs?
Man, what weight is relative, right? There's always like, what is that?
You fucking said he's gaining weight, Papa Schlegel. You literally just
he's
said.
Definitely gonna, hey man, eat big, sleep big, train big. Hey. I would say weight is relative, especially when you look at the NFL. It's when do you feel? I'll give you guys a prime example, man. I'm in the NFL playing special teams. Hey, Schlegs, you're 250 pounds. You're fat as hell because you eat an entire bag of Oreos when we play Tiger Woods golf. You know what? If you want to make a roster, how about you be 235, bend and play in space and run for days? All right, that's good. Guess what? That's your weight. Hey, I have a bad knee. I got to bend. Okay, guess what? You don't need to be 260. Maybe it's 250 is your number, right? So it's all relative to the guy being to where he can perform at his max capacity. That's really the number. But, as you guys know, this is a violent game. So to be able to handle the hits in a 17-game season now, yeah, you're going to have to put on a little bit more weight than you had in college. But what can he handle and still be able to do what makes him so special?
Yeah, it was like Andrew. Andrew had to had a fine balance. There was a couple times where Andrew came back and he looked, I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm like,
yeah, he was jacked.
Yeah. Was he bigger than you?
Oh, yeah.
Was he lifting more than you think, Andrew?
No.
Hey, people were saying he was potentially lifting more. But then there were some times where he was a little bit smaller, and I wonder how the body reacted. I mean, that's a tough game. Good luck out there, Papa Schlegs. We appreciate you so much. You're the best, dude.
I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, good luck out there. Make sure everybody, dominates this year down there for Duval. It seems like you guys are building something very special, and that is a very real thing. I don't think that would have been said about Jacksonville a lot in the past. I mean, there was that year where Blake, where he goes, and then the defense was unbelievable, and then that whole thing got torn down. It was just like, it really has a special feel from outside. I assume you guys feel it the same way inside. It's a cool thing to be a part of, Schlegs.
Yep, absolutely, and I'm humbled to be a part of it. So we're just going to keep it rolling, baby. Go Jags, Duval!
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Schlegel. Hey, we got some stuff out of there. Real stuff came out of there.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Hey, he's awesome, huh?
Love strength coaches.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a hoarse voice, for 10 years.
He's a strength coach. He is a strength coach.
Has to.
And that is a strength. For those that don't know, by the way, there is a certain trait that all strength and conditioning coaches have. It's an eternal energy and optimism. And it is fierce, it is emotional, it is aggressive. And I do feel like through my journey in sports world, the strength and conditioning coach cared the most about the player. It felt like, at least. Now, coaches obviously care in a different way and they have to look out, but the strength and conditioning coach is always around. It feels like he's always on your side. It's like one of those things. Now, I've been in a situation, or heard about a situation actually, where the strength coach was potentially acting as a potential runner of information because of the relationship between players and strength and conditioning coaches are like that. Okay. I had heard about that type of situation. I guess that does happen. But in my life, the strength and conditioning coach is always an ally. I would love to be on a team where Schlegel was the goddamn coach. That guy. Getting bumpy? Is that what he calls it? Getting muscular?
Yeah, I mean, he has like 5,000 little terms like that he uses. He was doing a radio show here in Columbus right up until he took that job with Bobby. And that's where he was really would let all of his sayings out. He used to work out with Ronnie Coleman, multiple-time Mr. Olympia down in Dallas.
Him and Bob Carpenter had open microphones?
Yeah, from 6 to 9 every morning.
Jeez. Wow. We should have listened to more of that. It's gone now because he's going to be a strength and conditioning coach for probably 20 years down there in Jacksonville if they have the success they're hoping for. We got to get to a break. During this break, Boston Connor will begin his count. Ooh. A lot of pop from the boys. For the boys, I think Connor has been selected.
Let me get my last guess in.
All right, so you have
multiple. Those are going to fall. Some of them are going to fall apart, and I can't wait to see.
They all can.
Luckily, they all have peanuts on the inside.
Okay, so you have 5 minutes. Okay, no,
don't let Zito eat any of them.
Come on! All right, that was rude. That was from Indianapolis all the way down to Tampa. Zito didn't deserve that. By the way, Zito has lost a lot of weight. People did not appreciate that in the first couple trips.
Yeah.
So that is why we had to do this. Actually, Connor will begin counting these whenever we get back from this commercial break. So you have about 4 minutes once the commercial hits or a video hits to get your final guesses in. $15,000 is on the line. Hashtag PMS15K ticker trivia. How many peanut M&Ms are in this bottle that's been sitting on my desk? The first person that got it right after Connor counts them all out will win $15,000. And then at 3 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, Daylight Time, youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show, Mr. Friday Night, Episode 7, another Foxy flick. Giving away something massive at the end of that thing.
Let's go.
It's a big giveaway Friday, Feel Good Friday. Shout out to CBDMD and you. You have 4 minutes once this commercial breaks to get your guess in on Twitter. Do it. Don't be a stooge. I think there's already like 25,000 entries. We appreciate you all. Let's have a damn good Friday. We'll wrap up the show on the other side. You have 4 minutes. Cheers. A former celebrity Jeopardy champion, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I've missed you guys.
We've missed you too, man. Where are you? Are you out in the woods somewhere right now? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in a log cabin out here.
Have you been doing this since the end of the season? How did the Jeopardy thing come? How'd you film it? How'd it go? And is that your first time you were kind of back in cell service?
Yeah, pretty much. I did some quarantine during the off-season, early parts. Mrs. was filming up in Montreal, so I was, Quebec has some strict quarantine rules, so I was in quarantine for a few weeks, and then went out to LA and filmed the 2 weeks of Jeopardy, had a blast, and then back for some more quarantine. And now, the off-season feels like it's just beginning now.
Okay, good. Well, congratulations on everything happening. Let's talk about the Jeopardy job. Did you watch the other hosts as well, what they were doing potentially that you would want to do differently? How did the whole film study go?
I haven't watched an episode since Alex. Okay. I didn't really want to be influenced at all by the other guest hosts.
Smart.
And how they did things. For me, it was taking a lot of notes and figuring out, exactly what Alex did and wanting to do him justice, his memory justice by being as prepared as possible when I got on the show.
The hair, though, was there a thought potentially, Jeopardy, for you to cut it? Did anybody say, hey, maybe we cutting the hair? Was that conversation? Because I'll tell you, whenever I was going to have to go to court after the public intoxication, a lot of talk about me potentially cutting hair. Didn't do it. I would assume for you, potential same thing with Jeopardy, being Jeopardy and all that.
I thought about it. I also thought about shaving to a mustache to honor Alex, but my hair wasn't long enough that I couldn't do something with it. I felt like we had a nice little comb over going, and I just decided to go with kind of my usual, a little bit of some stubble going and not the neck beard. Sorry, Andrew Luck, but I decided to kind of clean that up a little bit. But there was conversation. I think there might have been some people that wanted me to shave to the skin. I don't do that a whole lot. If that was a prereq to get the full-time gig, no problem with it at all. No problem at all. And
Whoa. Did you just campaign potentially for the full-time gig right there? You loved doing it, didn't you? You enjoyed the hell out of your time doing Jeopardy? Hold on, you lost service in the middle of the woods wherever the hell you are, whether it's in Canada here or in America on a film. You would love to do Jeopardy more, you say?
I would love to be the host of Jeopardy, yes.
I hope you get it, dude.
Give it to him.
The guy wants it.
Come on.
He's good at everything. He'll shave his face.
Come on.
Thanks, buddy. Miss you guys. Love you guys.
Hey, miss you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Take it.
Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown Throwback Edition.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to that show live from the FanDuel Beach House here in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah.
Let's go Bolts, huh? Let's go Bolts.
Go Bees. Go Panthers.
And if you want to bet on, they're out. If you want to bet on, so are the Penguins. So are the Vegas Golden Knights soon. But,
Go Bees.
Red Wings were not even invited into the whole thing. But if you're going to bet on any of this, you better bet at the greatest sports book on earth. That is FanDuel Sportsbook. They have the best odds. They have everything. Very lucky to get to say that we only gamble at FanDuel Sportsbook. Now, speaking of gambling, we didn't do that, but we did have a nice little $15,000 giveaway here that we started this morning. It was well thought out and well prepared, obviously.
Absolutely.
Hashtag PMS15K ticker trivia. If we could pull that up on Twitter and see exactly how many people entered, and there was people getting their last entries in, and that time has now come and gone. No entries at 2:38, 35 seconds and more. What is it? 32.3 thousand entries. Okay, that is stupid for a Friday. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Boston Connor will begin the counting of. Go ahead.
Oh, no. A little bit of a bottleneck situation.
This is going to take a while. Connor will be the one doing the counting of the peanut M&Ms. Once that answer is found out of how many were in that bottle, there will only be one winner who will win $15,000. And if you don't win that, because there will only be one answer or one winner out of the 30-some thousand entries, we have a massive giveaway coming at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the episode 7 of Mr. Friday Night. It's a big time giveaway, and we can't wait to do that. Connor is currently emptying the bottle into a bowl. In that bottle, by the way, it's not just peanut M&Ms. It's also walnuts. There's some, leftover Gatorade Zero in there that's probably going to make things a little bit more difficult as we get down here to the bottom. There's walnuts, and there's guesses ranging from 200 M&Ms, people are saying, down to like 40, 30 people are saying. We have no idea what the answer could be. Let's
Possibly a new strain of COVID in there. It's wild in there.
What are you talking about?
What's that all about? What you just said. There's a lot of shit in there. Hey, listen, AJ Hawk joins us. Darius Butler joins us. Let's take some phone calls and wrap up the week, shall we, while Connor counts that thing. Let's go to Totals in Florida. Totals, what's going on? You over on your...
Hey, I'm disappointed in you guys. You guys don't talk about the greatest franchise in NBA history right now. We got the Atlanta Hawks getting ready to upset the 1 seed Philadelphia 76ers with Ice Tray. And shout out to all you New York Knicks fans talking about Toradol all day. It sounds like they're going to need some. I think for the next 10 years, that franchise is buried.
Okay. Joel Embiid's not playing, right? He's got a meniscus tear, so you guys aren't really playing the number 1 seed Sixers. You're playing like the leftover Sixers. You're playing the leftover Sixers.
Take it to the Swiss bank, Clay Capella waving that finger. The real beast in these.
Hey, Trae Young's a dog.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I hung up on him too soon there. He was wearing a New York basketball shirt after that game and talked about how much he loved playing in New York. I wonder how he feels about that.
Took a bow, too. Took a bow right on the logo. Madison Square.
Zion Williamson said, I love playing in New York. Yep. Trae Young said, I love playing in New York. I love everything it just had. I got spit on. Fuck you. I did. I love this place. So the Knicks, I don't think they're dead, pal. And this Hawks run might be short-lived. AJ, did you watch that any NBA last night?
I saw real little bit. I think I told you yesterday on the show, though, you should bet the Suns. You thought the NBA would not let the Lakers lose, but we talked about AD's groin. Obviously, he went out early. That's a really difficult thing to play through.
I'm happy we got a chance. I was wrong. But
well, the Suns were lights out again, though.
6-6 from 3 to start the game. What do you want to do? J.J. Watt's updated there. Kyler Murray's out at the game. I mean, is the Jenner there for Devin Booker? Probably. The whole family.
47.
I mean, they were unbelievable. But this is good for the NBA because everything I said is the NBA is not going to let this happen. The NBA said, let the chips fall as they may.
That's right.
We'll take our hands off of this thing. This guy hasn't lost in the first round or any other round other than the finals since 2010. Let him lose. Let people think that we're not rigging this thing. It's good for the NBA. Good for Adam Silver. Good decision.
Yeah. I I took the Suns. Connor actually was the first guy to put me on the Suns.
Is that
I said,
right?
Let me do some research, man. And then he backed off. He got scared.
No.
Once he saw him matched up with the Lakers.
Dude, he just forgot. He just forgot.
I got it written down. I got it written down.
Yeah, come on, we trust Connor counting. But
Big break.
I like it, man.
Where are we at right now?
We are. You want the exact number where we're at?
Yeah.
No, estimate.
We are at 86 right now.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of people who are already very wrong.
Yeah. Shit.
How many are left? A lot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What if we have no right answers again? This ain't rolling over to 20K. You hear me?
Sorry, guys.
Let's go to Tyler in Charlotte. Tyler, what's going on?
Hey, Pat, AJ, D-Butt, how y'all doing?
Yep.
So, I got a quick question here. What the hell do the Panthers see in Sam Darnold? I mean, I might be missing something here, but the motherfucker is a turnover machine.
Okay, Tyler down in Charlotte, a Panthers fan. You did film on Sam
Deep
Darnold.
dive.
Your thoughts on Sam Darnold after watching his film?
Stinks. Stinks. He was a turnover machine in college. Turnover machine in the pros. But if he cuts back on that, he has all the talent to be great. But I mean, in the NFL, obviously, it's about it's the biggest. That's going to tell you who's going to win the game. Turnover ratio, field position, and he turns it over. Too many drive killers. Has the talent, but too many drive killers.
The ball is the program. Okay?
Yep.
The ball is the program. We need to keep it. You only have a certain amount of possessions. They don't need any extra possessions. This is a game of possessions. It is vital. That is why I think a lot of us said it's going to be tough for some team to pay Jameis $700 million after he threw the most interceptions in the history. He still, I guess, has the most turnovers in the NFL since 2014. He didn't play last year, okay? He did get LASIK, though, and now he's going to get his opportunity maybe to get in there. And I don't know if Darnold got LASIK or anything. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what.
He's got talent. He's obviously got.
Everybody's got fucking talent in the NFL.
He's got great weapons around him. A lot of people have crowned Joe Brady as an offensive guru already, going into his second year in the league. But we'll see.
That sounds like you did not believe that.
I mean, it's just, I just don't like guys getting, you got to do it in the league for me, before we crown you. But Sammy D, too much bad Sam, not enough good Sam.
Well, is that Gase? We will find out. I'm potentially a Darnold fan if he comes out there and just starts slinging it, just like Tannehill got out from underneath Gase and had success. But when you watch the film, and you were talking about how he faced a similar defense in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter or third quarter, didn't recall what was the go-to against that defense. Yeah. That's like the football shit, right? That's the
NFL shit. Adjusting on the fly. If you show AJ the same look in the same situation 3 times around the game, like the second, third time he's blowing it up in the backfield. Like he saw the same look and didn't make an adjustment. But that's on the coaching as well. So will Brady be better than Gase? I think so. But, I mean, it's still on Sam to make the plays. It just not kill drives.
AJ, you ever seen the same look 3 times and not make the play, Paul?
I mean, I hope not, but what D-Butt's saying is right. But when you watch Sam Darnold, I haven't studied him like D-Butt has, but I remember definitely when he was coming out of college, I thought he was, this dude is set up for a lot of success in the league. But turnovers are killer. I just wonder, how much better can you get at taking care of the ball? And I think with a coach, I honestly think that can be a big difference with play calling and a little more conservative at times and knowing when you can take chances. I think that could help him a lot. I think he gives them hope. I think he gives the Panthers some hope that, hey, Sam could potentially be our guy, but you got to prove it first.
Well, Peyton was a turnover machine his first year, second year, and then that's like the grand story. It's like he broke the record for amount of interceptions his first year or whatever. But then, by the way, he calculated all of those and just like moved along. So I do believe you can learn and get out of that. But what is this year?
It's 4 for him, I think. Going to 4.
So at some point they're going to find out, right? At some point. Did you count?
Yeah, I counted. He is going to year 4, and they also picked up his 5th-year option, so they're probably betting on him for 2 years too.
Yeah, but also they have already shown that they will see ya.
Yeah.
We are moving along. They did it to Teddy and Drew Lock battling in Denver. What do we do? Do we give away the number now? I don't know what to do. We did not plan for this for you to count that quickly.
It's 247 right now. So any guesses after then, or are we just sticking with the 238?
235 was the cutoff, right?
235.
How about you text me a number? I'll see how many people have it. Right? Would that be? I can see how much on Twitter.
We can get the winner right now. You're saying as well because we'll be able to put
without saying in the air, without saying over the air, just because people will start tweeting it.
Well, I assume somebody has already got the answer. Right?
That's what I'm saying. You have to.
Yeah, you should send it to him so he can do the search first and get all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll announce it live, and then we'll show why and how we pick the actual winner.
Whoever got it first.
Yes, that is whoever got it first is who we're going to ask.
Zeke, you want these M&Ms now?
Hey, this is
what a Friday.
Hey, $15,000. And this is, by the way, just the start of this whole thing. In 13 minutes, we got a documentary. We got a
documentary short.
We got a docu-series.
Short doc. Okay.
We got another episode of a docu-series debuting with a massive giveaway in that thing, too. It feels good. This is a good Friday.
Hell yeah.
We beat COVID. 15,000 bucks is out there. Another big giveaway coming in a few minutes.
Some would say the giveaway for the Foxy Flick is even better than $15,000.
Well,
invitation to the bathroom party.
Oh, what, the one you're holding?
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party.
Hey.
Bathroom
I'm not holding
party,
one coming,
bathroom. And this is going on in Augusta.
Oh yeah, that dude's great, man.
Yeah. He what was that an 8-minute song or whatever he was able to. Birdie party. What's his name?
Chris Vernon, I think.
Oh my God! Every year
Is he with the Ringer?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
does stuff for the Ringer. I know. Yeah.
Hey, people are saying that Flying Coach Show is worth a fuck. By the way,
it's good. I like it a lot.
Let's go to Dylan in Pittsburgh. Dylan, what's going on, pal?
Ty's a good judge, Dan, honestly.
AJ, Darius, boys, how we doing? Happy Feel Good Friday.
Hey, happy Feel Good Friday to you too, Dylan Dahn.
Hey, I just want to let you know, boots on the ground. I just moved to Pittsburgh like 3 months ago. Had my first South Side experience last weekend. Some bitch was wide open, wild as hell down there.
Yeah. And by the way, it gets late. It's not just wild down there. It's Wild West down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you need to keep the head.
Oh yeah, late for sure.
Yeah.
I want to know why is Najee Harris going to be the offensive rookie of the year, and if not, who's going to beat him?
All right, great question, Dylan. Maybe Trevor Lawrence.
Probably a quarterback.
Maybe Mac Jones.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's not going to be running back.
Maybe a guy with an offensive line.
Oh.
What are you saying? You say Steelers got a bad offensive line?
Hey, G-Butt.
Shit.
What the fuck, dude? It's Friday.
You're right. My bad. That offensive line sucks.
Speak the truth, D-Butt.
Yeah, hey, I mean, they stink.
Had a baby D-Butt.
Pouncey retired too. It's not like it's
big.
I mean, that's a big loss.
Out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he snapped the ball over Big Ben's head, so it's not.
Yeah, that playoff loss was all on him. So.
Okay, all right. Big Ben's back, by the way. He said it was his idea to take the pay cut. He loves his team, loves his boys. Hey, here we go. We're going to sling the rock a little bit in Matt Canada's offense. We have the win. By the way, the number's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, well, I looked into it. I do think that was the right about the range I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, because of the bags and the sizes, because you were the one that went and got it. Yeah. Zito, can you sent me that tweet of the winner or whatever. Can we actually go on Twitter back here and do the search so people can see what we have to do and how we find the winner? So, like, whenever people ask us why we do it on Twitter and not on YouTube, we want to figure out how to do it on YouTube. And how did you pick the winner? It's like we didn't literally... We just put into search whatever the hashtag is. That's why the hashtag is so vital. Now, granted, it does cause quite a stir in the trending whenever that happens. But to be honest, it's for convenience. You put the hashtag in there, hashtag PMS 15K ticker trivia. Then you put the answer in there. Then you let Twitter work.
Yeah.
Then you let Twitter go ahead and find all of the answers. And you just scroll all the way down to the bottom of the latest, not the top, the latest. You go all the way down there and you find your winner. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. There's somebody that is going to be announced. A $15,000 cash prize is about to be handed over to them because they guessed accurately how many M&Ms, peanut M&Ms were in this Gatorade bottle. It was 144. You scroll all the way down in the search bar at the latest trend. There was a lot of people that got 144. We appreciate everybody that got 144. Chad got 144. Brandon got 144. But Spencer fucking Moore got 144 before all y'all. Don't want to call them whores. I don't know them, but people. It would have rhymed.
Right.
But I did not do that because I am an adult. Congrats to Spencer Moore taking that.
There we go. Spence. Boy, Spence.
Boy, Spence. Quick $15,000. Good eye. I wonder how he got that. That was in your range, you said, because you did watch me fill up that bottle. You did see M&Ms falling into the sink and onto the ground, getting picked up and put back in. Some of them left behind. Great work, Connor, making this whole thing happen.
Thank you. Yes, I looked at the size of the bag with the serving size and how many M&Ms are in each serving. Multiplied, did a little math there, and I was right in the button. It was 150, but because of the ones that were dropping, you had to take a few out.
What were they? King size?
King, I believe they were share size. What was it? 4 of them?
And then I think another. Did you have another size too? I thought you had a regular size one in there as well.
No, I believe 4 are the same.
Okay.
Unless they threw in a regular size while I was buying all the shares.
I just want to congrats to Spencer Moore, dude.
Yeah. That boy Spank.
Thank you to everybody that entered. I hope you had an incredible week.
Before, sorry.
Hammer Down Boys, 4 p.m. Anything that people should be excited about after the 3 p.m. giveaway for the show today? You guys got locks. You're riding a heater. What are we doing?
Well, Kawhi plays tonight, and he does love his country, and he does love playing basketball. He's not just going to roll over for a movie this summer, so that'll be an exciting game tonight.
So that's your pick, huh? Clippers tonight?
No, I just wanted to take a shot at LeBron.
Yeah, you keep riding the Montreal Canadiens. Plus 100. They're wagon right now, Pat.
They're
Plus
the one where
money
the guy
every
died.
game.
The guy died the other night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy got suspended for 4 games. He's one of the Jets' best player. Carey Price standing on his head all playoffs long.
Hey, is that guy okay? By the way, have we got an update of the guy?
I haven't heard much, to be honest.
He's okay. He met up with the team at the hotel after the game. He's probably not going to play, but he is live and walking around, which is good news.
He got 2 concussions within a second and a half.
Yeah.
That's not good.
He needs to play tonight.
Lace him up.
Trot him out.
Come on.
Trot him out.
AJ, thank you, Hammer Down Boys. Can't wait for that. Hockey Talk will be fantastic. They recorded it today, I believe, so we'll listen to that in the weekend. Nick, thank you for everything. AJ, anything to say to the SiriusXM listeners before we get out of here and Chris Mad Dog Russo is on the other side?
No, like every Friday, good luck tonight, man. Like I said, I keep hearing rumblings that you might step in the ring, take a few bumps.
Oh.
Are you saying that because I look like I'm in good shape? Schlegel kind of said that too.
Bumpy.
Yeah, get bumped. Take a couple
Think
bumps.
how pumped. Yeah, think how pumped Schlegel will be if he sees you in the ring tonight.
I'll have to channel my Schlegs, by the way, with that fucking field Russian guy. He just rock bottomed him. Literally, he real life rock bottomed that guy.
Yeah.
In his Twitter bio, his Twitter profile picture, they substituted out drunk frat kid with John Cena.
Oh.
And he's rock bottoming John Cena in his Twitter profile. It is a beautiful thing. Darius, can't thank you enough for joining us this Friday and every single Friday, buddy. We love seeing you out here.
Appreciate you. Love seeing you guys, man.
Yeah, you're the best. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show, debut of the newest Foxy flick with a massive giveaway at the end. Congrats to Spencer Moore on the $15,000. Big thanks to all of our guests this week for sharing conversation and their time with us. To all the people that listened and watched, wherever the hell you may be, you're the fucking best. I understand that there's a lot of other things that can penetrate your ear holes and your eyeballs. The fact you allow us to do so, we are eternally grateful for. Not every show is going to be a banger, okay? Sports aren't always going to provide us with awesome things to kind of overreact to, but this summer, we're going to spend some time together. We're going to spend some afternoons together. We're going to give some things away, and we hope you will stick it with us. Chris Mad Dog Russo, Trailblazer and Sports Talk will be on the other side of this 6-minute break. I got SmackDown tonight, 8 o'clock. Feel free to come laugh with us Friday night, Fox, 8 o'clock. Other than that, have the greatest weekend of all time. We'll see you Monday. Big fucking show Monday. Hell yeah. Cheers. All right, we're out. We are out. Okay, everybody. Just real quick, so we have to talk about this, okay, before the Mr. Friday Night episode 7, massive giveaway at the end of it from your good friend Evan Foxy, debuts. We have to talk about Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather very quickly. Big Logan Paul fan. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Logan Paul he's made mistakes. Obviously, he's lived in the spotlight that he has created, by the way, his entire life at this point. He is a trailblazer in the content game. Him and his brother, I mean, what they have been able to accomplish and do is awesome. And I thought Logan looked yoked. He's big. He's awesome. He was actually asked about Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather, and Logan Paul said, hey, Conor McGregor, big name, small guy. Okay, it's a much different game here. And I love Logan. I saw one video on Instagram, and And I don't know if Logan's sandbagging right now, but I saw one video that made me think, oh, this guy doesn't have a fucking shot. I thought he had a chance against Floyd. Okay, so he's working mitts with this guy, and this... I mean, that's his trainer guy with mitts. Just one little body shot, then right to the jaw. This scared me a little bit, okay? Because as somebody who does Oculus boxing, this is literally what I'm trying to do to the robot at all times, is just trying to make them move their hands so I can go ahead and do that. Logan, obviously, he laughed this off from his guy, but I'm just thinking the guy who's training him in front of the media, potentially hitting him in the body, him exposing his face, there's a chance that Floyd's going to be able to do the same thing. I hope not. I hope it's a great fight, but a lot of things changed for me immediately upon seeing this video, and Logan might be gaming this whole thing. He might be sandbagging, but I do believe this is going to be a pretty big one-sided affair. Yeah. I think it's going to be a one-sided
At least
affair.
he was chuckling after he took the hit. Maybe it shows, he can eat a punch or two.
True. He's an Ohio guy, too. He's an Ohio guy. He could probably eat some punches and everything like that, but I was much more, hey, Logan, get him with one shot. Hey, Logan, you get him. Logan, get him. Until I saw that, and I'm like, all right, seems like Floyd's going to dance around this one.
They also cut a video of both them, I think, hitting like the heavy bag side by side. Let me tell you what, Floyd still got it. He still knows how to throw a punch. And Logan, I mean, same deal. He could have been sandbagging. He could have been super tired when he was doing everything. But, like, Floyd's still fucking snapping off the jab pretty hard.
Floyd Mayweather has already made $30 million, $20 million on things on his trunks, by the way. I want to know what company they are because they spend money in advertising. We would like to talk to them as well. Floyd has turned this into everything that he has made his boxing career, which is a big-time event, a big money-making operation. He's a fucking legend whenever you talk about sports business, and I do believe it's going to be a do-si-do on old Logan Paul. I don't like it. I love Logan Paul, but it feels like from the things I've been seeing, unless he's sandbagging, D-Butt, this feels like this is going to be a Floyd Mayweather sweep.
It's going to go exactly however Floyd wants it to go. That's how it's going to go. I mean, this is the best of the best.
But what if Logan Paul catches him with one?
Just takes one.
It could happen.
The best in the world haven't been able to hit Floyd for a while. So I mean, it only takes one punch, like you said, though. But I mean, I think it'll go how it goes. And then once he beats him, probably fight his brother.
Yeah, and by the way, Jake will be ready for that. I think he's fighting Tyron Woodley. Who knows how that's going to go? That guy's got lightning in his hands as well. We have to get out of here. This show is over. Go check out Mr. Friday Night, Episode 7, massive giveaway. Have the greatest weekend of your life. AJ, see ya. Darius, see ya. Thank you, everybody.
Yes,
Back in
sir.
Indy, you're the best. Have a great weekend. Bye.